Cricket 365 is proudly supported by Real Estate Central, Darwin's leading real estate agency, Thrifty Car and Van Rental, proudly driving Cricket 365, Airport Development Group, proud sponsor of Cricket 365, Quality People Recruitment, specialising in finding quality, hard-to-get professionals, and Duke's Cricket Balls, iconic, handmade, good for cricket.
It's finals time, and here we are at DXC Arena for the final of the CDU Top End Series. And of course, the two teams that have made it, NT Strike and Pakistan A, the Shaheens. The Shaheens captain, Nazir, good enough to join us. Michael Kudra's joined us as well. We have our umpires here and a guest coin tosser. Good, you're going to be tossing the coin. It is, of course, an NT Strike home game. Rahal, it makes it your call. Heads is the call, and tails it is. Michael, you've won the toss. What are you going to do?
We're going to have a bat.
Have a bat first. It's certainly been the way forward for many teams in this competition. Is that what you're taking into the final today?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of teams have one batting first, so why not continue to do that?
You've won every game so far this week. Of course, that means nothing when you get to today. It's just a ticket into the final. What have you spoken about before today's game?
Just being composed, just keep doing what we've been doing, being smart, be disciplined. Yeah, simple as that.
You've won a lot of the little moments across the way. You haven't necessarily won games by a long way, but you've won all the little moments along the way. You must be really pleased with that going into the final.
Yeah, of course. I think it's just the composure that the boys bring to the game. So they stay calm out here, stay calm for longer, and we'll win those little moments.
Oh, well, you're batting first. Good luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
Rahul, bowling first. Doesn't matter. You've got to do both anyway, and you'll be chasing a target this afternoon.
Yeah, the wickets looks good. Hopefully it remains same so we can chase.
You played some beautiful cricket. The only game you probably didn't play great cricket was against NT Strike, and that seems a long time ago, the first game of this tournament.
I think we have a good combination. We won 3 games, so it was good that we're meeting in the final, so it's good.
How's the feeling amongst the group? Obviously, you're a long way from home, but you seem to have a very close-knit group and a group with a lot of energy.
Yeah, I think we all are like playing together for like 1 or 2 years, so we know each other games, so we really bound together and we're winning. So it's being a confidence in the dressing room.
All right, good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
So that's the word from out in the middle for our final here this afternoon at the CDU Top End Series. NT Strike have won the toss and elected to bat first. It is a very good afternoon from DXC Arena here in Darwin, Australia, for the grand final of the 2023 CDU Top End Series. And today, we'll see the unbeaten NT Strike take on the Pakistan Shaheens. May we begin this broadcast by acknowledging the Larrakia people, the traditional owners of the land on which we play, and we pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. We'd also like to extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are watching this broadcast. An absolute privilege to play the game we love on Larrakia land. Pete Laser with you, joined in commentary for the first time this week by Dylan Slater, who's been very busy as an assistant coach with the Stars this week. But here he is, because this is when we need our A-grade talent. Dylan, great to have you here.
Good to see you, Pete. Great to have you up here again for a week of cricket for the CDU Men's Top End Series. This is going to be awesome. What a final.
It is indeed. We'll go through everything throughout the course of the day. Most importantly, though, as we just heard, NT Strike have won the toss and elected to bat first. Who are you looking forward to seeing from the Strike team, Jill?
You look up top, you got Josh Kahn and Jack Wood. They've had great seasons so far, followed by Jason Sanger. But really looking forward to the homegrown Tom Menzies. He'll open the bowling for us, so that'll be a great opportunity for him.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen him live yet, and I'm very much looking forward to it, especially when he took 2 wickets with 2 balls to get the tournament underway. And that was against this side, the Pakistan A team, known as the Shaheens.
Yep, they look awesome. You know, the round one, they had a probably disappointing start to their campaign, losing to Northern Territory, but now they get a rematch here at DXC Arena. That's going to be a great hit out.
You haven't seen enough of Ali Asfan yet, but he's become one of my favourite bowlers. Left-arm spinner who gives it everything. He took 3 for 8, he took 4 for 11. It's been unbelievable. Our teams are in readiness to go, and so we are going to head down because we have got some anthem ceremonies with 2 wonderful countries coming together, Australia and Pakistan, for the CDU Top End Series. It is over to the ground announcer here tonight. It's a very good afternoon to Jordan Wright.
Please welcome onto DXC Arena our umpires, John Ganane and Rob Stewart. Our scores for this match this afternoon, Mark White and Catherine White. Now welcome onto the ground, the NT Strike, led by their captain, Michael Kudra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, led by their captain, Rohal Nazir, the Pakistan Shaheens. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to be upstanding for the national anthem of Pakistan, followed by the Australian national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So there it is, the national anthem's wrapped up here on grand final day for the CDU Top End series, the T20 series that has featured 6 teams for the first time ever: the Melbourne Stars and Melbourne Renegades Academies, ACT Comets, Papua New Guinea Barras, who came back this year and after not winning a game last year, won a couple of games, which was fantastic. But these 2 teams have been the standouts, and that is why they've made it through to the final. NT Strike and Pakistan A, the Shaheens, are in the final. And you look at some of the individual players, and we spoke of who we're looking forward to seeing, but even just looking at some of the stats, 6 of the top 7 bowlers, 5 of the top 6 batters. I mean, there's just runs and wickets everywhere across the week, and that's what makes these two finals teams just so good to watch.
Oh, it's been a great week of cricket, really. Like, you look at the standard from a batting side of things. They're playing really good cricket shots, but on the flip side, there's been some really good bowling, and everything's looking perfect for a grand final. And as you said before, these are probably the two better teams for the week. And good luck to them. It's going to be a great game.
So they played the first game as Pakistan come out onto the ground. Pakistan A, of course, known as the Shaheens. They played the first game all the way back last Sunday. Now, it seems about a year ago. It was only a week. And they played the first game. The strike won quite comfortably. They made 185 from their 20 overs and then bowled Pakistan A out for 126, a 59-run win. It wasn't a sign of things to come for Pakistan, but may have been a sign of things to come for the strike.
Absolutely. I think that game there, I think I've been lucky enough to watch Pakistan over the last couple of games, and the difference from game 1 last Sunday up until the other day has been phenomenal. So I think they're hitting their straps at the right time. But in saying that, the NT boys, as the batters come out to bat, number 40 in Jack Wood and Josh Khan, number 37, they've been playing cricket up here since April, so they're set. They've had a lot of cricket up their belt. They finished the men's strike league just before. They're hitting their straps, ready to go as well.
They weren't using it as an excuse. I was speaking to Rahul Nazir, the captain and the keeper of the Shaheens, and they weren't saying it's an excuse. It's just that it took them a day and a half, 2 days to actually get here, and then the next day they're playing a game of cricket. It wasn't an excuse because, of course, they played their first 4 games in 4 days. They went Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And it wasn't until Thursday they actually got a break. And so they really did have to be ready to go each and every day.
Yep, absolutely. And, their recovery side of things, everything's been first class. So this is going to be a great game and, really looking forward to it. Everything's so professional, the environment and everything else in between. This is going to be a ripper.
Umpires are ready. Rob Stewart and John Ganane. Our batters are ready, and the opening bowler's ready. Sajid Ali, who's got a nice breeze coming from him over that left shoulder. That's going to help him.
Yes, he's been really good here. I've seen him with his left arm in swingers. He's going to look to get some shape here early.
And of all the things to just delay a final, it's the side screens and Strike, who should be better at this. And I made sure the Stars knew about it the other day. You've got to be better. You've got to have 2 of your teammates on each side screen to at least start the game.
Yeah, just to get things going.
Just to get things going so we get the first game. Anyway.
It's always set up for a right armour. So for a left armour to take it always has to move.
As soon as that toss was won by NT Strike, we knew there was going to be left arm over. We knew he was going to be bowling from this end. But that's okay. We're ready to go. The Shaheens boys have helped out, which is always good to see. Part of cricket that we love. Here we go. Scorers are ready. Umpires are ready. The crowd's ready. And it's really built up. There is a breeze. You can probably hear that through the microphones as well. I reckon that's going to help Sajid Ali from the TIO Stadium end. We're away. That is not the start you want. There's been plenty of discussion this week about front foot no balls. Unfortunately for the Shaheens, that's how it started in T20 cricket. As you know, the next ball is now a free hit. What a way to start the innings.
Nice. Free hit. Can't go out this delivery. Can be run out, which is going to be pretty rare, but can't go out bowled, caught, LB or anything like that, a normal dismissal. So this is a nice little momentum booster here for Josh Khan as he gets to face a free hit delivery with third man and deep square leg back.
Smashes it straight. Actually gets a hand on it, I think, Ali. It's probably hurt him, but he saved 4. Just Khan, of course, player of the final last year, smashed him everywhere.
Absolutely. He's been in some serious touch. From there, went on and was in the Sydney Sixers squad and then played some cricket down in Adelaide. So, he's a real talent. This is his 3rd year now up in Darwin, but in and around the men's strike league and everything else in between. He's a ripper.
Hits it on the up over cover. Doesn't get all of it, but certainly gets enough of it for it to race out to the boundary for 4. It was short, it was wide, it was begging to be hit. And a player of the calibre of Khan's not going to miss out on that.
Beautiful shot. That's a nice little ease in your nerves. Get yourself off the mark. It was good to have a free hit ball before that, but the momentum now swings to NT. A couple of loose deliveries to start off with Pakistan. and a good shot there from Khan to get off the mark and the first boundary.
Was it just a moment when he hit it almost off the toe of the bat that he thought, I've hit that straight to cover?
Absolutely.
That was the feeling here, but it's gone for 4. Goes again, doesn't again get quite as much this time, but it goes over cover and he'll get 2. It's funny. As soon as something doesn't go right, it's always the bat or the wickets, or sometimes you just haven't timed them like you want to.
Yeah, that's it. And we were talking about the nerves just before. He'll ease his way into it. He's faced a couple of balls now. Assuming over the next couple of deliveries, he'll look to put them away and put them away accordingly.
You also know that you've got to look at the Pakistan crowd just getting behind them, the big cheers. You also know you're hitting them okay when you mistime them over cover for 4. That's when you're going all right.
As now they get rid of slip and put in that extra cover.
This one is probably better than the first 2, but can't find a gap. You spent a lot of time with the Stars and no doubt helping and learning on your path as well. How much of captaincy in T20 is reactive and how much is proactive in sticking to what you know and what you want to do?
Yeah, you'd like in T20 cricket for it to be proactive, not reactive in regards to just chasing the field and chasing the ball. More so proactive, working with your bowlers and making sure, right, I'm going to execute this delivery, and you got the field accordingly. So you're not going to let the batters dictate terms.
That one's through, and the umpire's going to say, please bowl that one again. Probably just pushing it a little bit wider because he's scared of that swing arc of Josh Khan, which is quite substantial, it's fair to say. He's 4th on the list for runs after our preliminary games. He only played 4 of the 5. Still made 144 runs at a strike rate of over 130. But his 80 in the final for the Cricket Australia 11 against the Stars last year was something to behold.
Yeah, that was at the Gardens last year. That was one of the better innings getting around. Deserved 100.
Hits this one very hard and came in that day 1 for none after 1 ball. It's amazing what you remember when all of a sudden you're in the same environment and you're around. But we are at DXC Arena because this is the home of cricket in Darwin in the Northern Territory. And it's in absolutely beautiful shape. And I must say, the crowd that has built up over the course of the afternoon is fantastic.
Absolutely. Good to see the locals coming out and supporting the NT Strike team. A lot of these guys are playing, or they are playing in the Darwin District Cricket Competition. So it's good to see them out here with their club shirts on, supporting the NT Strike.
This has found the outside edge. It'll go down to deep 3rd for the single. I think you're being fairly generous to the crowd. They're all supporting NT Strike. I see a lot of green and white over there. And it's into the first over, and it's exactly what we're after. A good contest between bat and ball. NT Strike, no wicket for 9 after the first over. May have just got away with one there, I think, Ali as well, with the front foot no ball to start. It's a horrible feeling, no doubt.
Absolutely. Even worse if it was a wicket ball.
Oof.
We were talking before, we didn't actually get to see him try and get that swing in. I think he could have been scared of that Josh Khan golf swing, bat swing arc. It's always that tough balance. Do you Trent Bolt try and swing one in through the gate, risk that in T20 cricket, or does he look to go wide of the crease, which he did? So
we have, of course, got the TIO Stadium end, which the first over was bowled from, and our second end will be the Darwin International Airport end. You'll see some planes fly over, fly pretty close to us as well, as they land to this end, and we're going to have Saeed Seshan Zamir, who hasn't played that many games this week, but he's come in because they think there's a bit more pace in this wicket than TIO Stadium, where they've played some more cricket.
Yeah, it looks good this wicket. It looks like a really good cricket wicket. It's coming on. Looks like it's coming onto the bat nicely, and there's enough in it for the bowlers as well.
He's got a bit of pace about him. He's interesting just seeing, and again, we know that the Shaheens have been staying together in the hotel. They've got a really good feeling amongst the played together. Pakistan under-19s and a lot of cricket together. Speaking to the captain just around the pool, he said, "Yeah, we've got a guy who bowls 150. He hasn't played yet." And I thought, that is just unbelievable. Haven't even unleashed the guy who bowls absolute would make for fun training sessions, that's for sure. Beautifully played, straight down the line. Khan has taken all the deliveries so far, which won't worry Jack Wood one little bit. We know he can get away. Probably hasn't got away as much as we thought he was going to. He's got a lot of talent, Wood.
Oh, absolutely. You know, he's been in and around the Big Bash system. He played a couple of games with the Brisbane Heat, so, you know, he's a class player.
Probably more that strike rate. I thought it was always going to be a bit high, but he's just fallen a couple of times. It's in the air. It's going to go over mid-off for 4. For just a moment, there's a cry of catch it. But unless you're 20 metres tall, that wasn't going anywhere near the fielders. Beautiful shot. That was the timing we were after.
That's a beautiful shot. That's in that step hit arc. That's a beautiful swing of the bat, hitting that straight over mid-off, and that hits the fence real hard there. So that's another boundary here to Josh Kahn. As we see a replay, he's looking to try and pitch it up, try and get some nice outswing, try and get that nick or bowled. But that's a beautiful cricket shot. That's 4.
So the two fielders that are out are deep third and deep square leg. He's going to back himself in here, though. Zamir wants the slip to stay in. The offer was there to put him at mid-wicket so he can bowl a bit straighter, but wants to see if he can get the Dukes to swing. Goes for the quick single, and Wood was ready, and that's good batting. 9, 10 balls in, you haven't faced one. You're probably eager to get down the other end, but you've still got to be at the behest of your partner, and he's ready to go. No wicket for 14.
Nice, that's good cricket. You get the boundary ball, the ball before, and then he pegs his length back, and then you can drop it in for a single. That is very smart batting. That's good cricket all round.
And then just to go down and have a quick chat. It's interesting, some batters don't want the partner to say anything to them. I'm here, let me bat. Others want to know all the information. You could write them a thesis and it's not enough. But we're going to get our first look at Jack Wood on strike for the NT strike in the final. Shorter, hits it backward a point. A lovely stroke. It won't reach the boundary. They've got 1. He's going to fly back for a second. Going to have to run quickly and does. Some good stroke making, good running and some good fielding. No wicket for 16. This is the good positive start that the strike will be after.
Oh, absolutely. You know, they're looking to score off every ball, which has been exciting. They've been able to, you know, put the bad ball away. There's probably some that they have miscued or just missed slightly. But nonetheless, it's been good bowling also. And, you know, we know their spinners will come in and play a role throughout the middle overs, so we'll talk about that later on. But, yeah, it's a great start all round here between NT and Pakistan.
Fuller and straighter. You don't mind your opening bowler with the new ball backing themselves, and that's what they've done. 2 overs gone, and the strike, and no wicket for 16.
At Charles Darwin University, you can fit learning around your lifestyle. Invest in yourself to improve the lives of others. Turn your purpose into a profession. And connect to your future from anywhere. At CDU, we embrace your diverse perspectives, extraordinary experiences, and flexible ways of learning, because that's what makes us a connected university.
Gone! Got him! Ali strikes, and he's gone. Played it on a little bit loose there, it's probably fair to say. It may not have been there to hit, but that is how he bats, I understand that. A little bit of movement perhaps from Sajid Ali, but he's got the breakthrough, and the Pakistan supporters are in raptures.
Nice, there's their first wicket for Pakistan, getting a dangerous Josh Kahn out. It was wide outside the off stump, probably in that 5th, 6th stump line. No real feet movement out there, just all hands, and might have been a little shape back in, which we were talking about earlier, but little inside edge chop onto the stumps.
Well, that's a big wicket. We know he's a big game player, and he's been in pretty good touch, and a good celebration too. Let's have a look at the replay. Put it out there. I might be giving Ali just a little bit too much credit for it moving. But when you do stand there and hit the ball, you see the ball and you hit it. Unfortunately, the downside of that is it looks ordinary when you get out.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's T20 cricket now. You know, that if that's in your method, your batting plan, see ball, hit ball, go for it. And the coaches these days will really back you in. One batter out and one batter in Jason Sanger. What a class! One class in and one class out.
And he will want to make an impression here today. Just still surprised by having youth so much on his side when you think you've seen him for so long. But what a wonderful player to have coming in at 3.
What a wonderful player to have in your squad.
At all,
you know,
yeah.
Captain your Aussie 19s, captain your Sydney Thunder team. You know, awesome to have him around.
And just a little glide/edge that's gone down to deep third. He might have captained New South Wales as well, which Not many people have been a first-class captain by the age of 23. That was well bowled again. There's a little bit of life in this wicket. The guys have done a great job. They work really hard. They get a huge amount of plaudits. It's probably fair to say ground staff. You usually only find out if not, both teams aren't happy with it.
No, we've had a massive 3 months up here with NT Cricket, so the ground staff have done a phenomenal job. Looking at the ground now, look at the conditions, beautiful. Where else would you rather be than up here in Darwin?
It's very, very true. There's been a lot of photos from back in Melbourne of people in puffers. Not a lot of sympathy from those up here, it's fair to say. Another dot ball, 1 for 17. Just bring it back just a touch. I've just had a little chat about the length there. Look at that. Finding the outside edge early. They do have to stay calm here though, Pakistan. They know they've got so many options with the ball. Tries to heave that into the leg side, does Jack Wood, and doesn't get much of it at all. This comes off very high in the bat.
Yeah, nice. This is a good over here from Ali. Looks like he's trying to just get that line a little bit straighter in and around that fourth stump.
We talk so often about getting in and out of overs. He's got the wicket early. Now he's got a couple of balls to make sure that he can help the Shaheens stay on top here. He doesn't because it's hit over mid-on and a really nice shot. It's going to race away to the boundary for 4 runs. Again, didn't probably get 100% of it. Certainly got enough of it for a boundary.
Oh, absolutely. And, that's in his batting plan. We were talking about methods before, and, that's in his bat swing plan. So that's a beautiful cricket shot. It had a deep square leg and a deep third. Pretty vacant if you hit that, in the V over the top.
And again, there's going to be a change of the fielding. We've seen this a little bit throughout the course of the week with different captains. It means the deep thirds come up, so dare say he's going to want to keep it pretty tight here, not giving too much room. That's exactly what he does. Well bowled from Ali. A good comeback, but the strike's still going okay. 7 and over at the moment, 1 for 21 after 3. What are some of your early observations here from what we've seen in the first 3 overs?
I think it's been pretty good. We're talking power plays, so you got first 4 overs in your power play, and then there'll be a power surge later on after the 10th. But so far, they're just playing good cricket. They're probably having a look at each other. No one's come out guns blazing. We haven't seen the quicks come out and bump them or anything like that. So it's just been, they're just sussing things out. So we're 3 overs in, going at 7s now. But yeah, all in all, it's just been some really good cricket.
I know you're out there having a look before one of your 1,000 jobs that you do for the day. It'd be interesting to see what you think is a par score for not just for this wicket and this ground, but also for a final, knowing that there's always a few nerves and butterflies around, bat and ball, of course.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I love the old-fashioned runs on the board, so that could become handy when the toss come around.
Oh, that's almost gone the stumps. Huge swing from Sanger. And again, it is that old school. And I know earlier in the week we were talking about the art of cricket from Don Bradman from about 1948 and how it would have changed, especially in T20 cricket. It's more about balance and keeping still. He does all of those things, but if that goes onto the stumps, it looks horrible.
Yeah, and you're out.
And you're
Pretty
out.
simple, isn't it?
The worst part. I don't care how you look. If you're out, that's the worst part of it if you're a batter. Won't worry the Pakistan strong crowd that is built up. A lot of green shirts around, which is great to see. Zamir now. Quite impressive. That's wide, and that's hit backward a point. Really good shot. Had protection, can deep third get there? He can't. A despairing dive. And it runs into the Toblerone boundary for 4. 2 fielders there. Slip just came to a backward point area to try and strengthen that. But it's just a bit wide and a bit overpitched.
Yeah, width is always hard in T20. That's where you can really free your hands. And, if you do get a nice edge or middle it like that, then it's, more often than not, it's going to find the boundary one way or another, whether it's in front of point or behind point.
Wood moves into double figures. He's on 10 from 7. So a bright start after losing his opening partner. Can't get a run there. That's well bowled. but even the moving of the fielders, the ones that are closer to the bat, and then later in the over they move back to the ring. I mean, it's just so ingrained in these players, and it's just the little nuances you see when you watch the game live.
Yeah, I love it. And, you know, from a coaching side of things, that's great. They're thinking about the game. That's why they're up here. They want to come up here, get better, enjoy the experience up here in Darwin. You know, they're in and out, you know, depending on different batters, depending on the over of the ball. You know, are they trying to close out the over? Are they trying to get a dot ball? Or are they trying to close out and try and protect that boundary?
Forcefully pushed to mid-on. It's direct hit here, could be gone. Good fielding, picked it up, really attacked the ball, which I like to see. They get the single. As they say, all's well that ends well for NT Strike, but may not have always been the case. 1 for 27. A couple of balls remaining in the fourth over. They had a training session yesterday, the Shaheens, but it wasn't a net session. It was more a theory session, if you like. The coach sat them down and talked through a few different scenarios for today.
No, I like that. You can hit as many balls as you want, but, you know, sometimes it does come down to that, you know, education, learning side of things.
Oh, and I tell you what, the crowd thought there was an edge, as did cover. Keeper, batter and bowler, and most importantly, umpire, all knew that wasn't the case, but well bowled once again.
Very well bowled. Nice pace and bounce in the wicket there too. Very well bowled, getting through his action now a lot more. Still looking to try and, you know, shape it away from the right-hander, and Jason Sanger here, as we see a replay, just banging it into the pitch, and it does kick off, which is good to see. You know, it looks like a really good wicket.
And batters want that too. Batters want pace in the wicket. They want the ball coming on. Well bowled. We talk about getting out of an over. Here we go. Last ball of the power play. And it's hit miles in the air. Beautiful clean strike from Jason Sanger. Oh, that's a beauty. He hits a beautiful 6 to round it out. 1 for 33. The power play has been completed.
Welcome to the waterfront. There are a million reasons to come. Where the water meets the land. A place to connect, enjoy and relax. Open every day, 7 seasons a year. Plan your next visit to Darwin's tropical resort today at waterfront.nt.gov.au.
1 for 33 after the power play. The ball has been fetched from the carousel where it landed. Beautiful shot from Jason Sanger into Darwin University. Let's have a look at this. How clean did he hit this?
That's beautiful. That's in that step hit arc that we're talking about. Free swing of the bat. You know, that golf plane, that free bat plane. That's a beautiful cricket shot and very well calculated.
Arafat Ahmed Minhas is coming on. He is bowled. He's full allotment in all 5 games. 9 wickets at 13. He's been absolutely sensational and bowled all 20 overs. Every time he's had the chance to bowl 4 overs, he's done so. And he's always come on early. He's bowled power play overs. He's bowled power surge overs. And here he is now, the second highest wicket taker in the competition. Of course, after I pump him up, he's going to bowl a full toss on leg stump.
Lucena just pops that to the leg side for a single.
How often it happens. So because the power play is over, 5 fielders can go outside the circle now. I do like seeing Mohammad Irfan Khan in it. We haven't seen the best of him with the bat, but geez, we've seen some good catches and a great run out. Probably not if you're a Stars supporter over at TIO Stadium. But this an instinctual cricketer. I love it. Oh, it's hit on the pad. Huge cry, but the umpire says not out.
Nice. I was just going to think about the reverse sweep. You know, he's spinning the ball away from Jason Sanger, so that could be the right option. They've only got 1 point fielder, so they've got that fielder in at short mid wicket to try and prevent a single and an easy run.
This time tries to swat it through the offside. You speak to a lot of the batters. How important is it if you do miss a premeditated reverse sweep, just to make sure that that's out of the mind, and because you've got to go again.
Yep, absolutely. And then, you know, he just tried to overhit that cover drive there, so hopefully he doesn't look to force anything this ball. Sanga's good enough just to play good cricket shots, just bumped it down the ground for a single. So that's really smart batting, especially when he's only faced 7 deliveries now. That's really good batting. But I love the proactive. They've only got 1 point fielder. If he plays that reverse sweep, that one of them fielders have to jump over to a second point, and then that opens up an easy scoring option for him.
Well bowled again. He's really good.
Nice. And I think they've assessed the conditions quite well here, Pakistan. Over at TIO where it had a little bit more spin, they had their slip in, but now they've realised there's probably not that much spin in this. It looks like a really good wicket just in general. It's gone, I can bowl a lot straighter here.
And gone is a big appeal. He's not, because he got back. That was clever. Well done. Good excitement by everyone around DXC Arena. I thought for just a moment when he left his crease, could have been in trouble, and Nazir had the bails off in a flash.
Absolutely, and that's the end of the over, and only 2 runs coming from it. So, good cricket, very good cricket. After the 5 overs now, they're 1 wicket down and T strike for 35 runs on the board.
Going at 7 and over at the moment, which you'd say is evenly poised with only the 1 wicket for Pakistan A, but they'll be happy they've kept the lid on here, and I think Zamir's going to keep bowling because whilst the ball's new and he's just doing a little bit with it, it's probably the only time in the 20 overs you've got a chance is right up the top.
Yep, absolutely. And, as we said before, it does look like a good cricket wicket. It might spin a little bit more later on when the ball gets a little bit softer. But, while that ball is still new, get the quicks on, get some shape.
And with some protection, although not there in covers because that's going to go out for 4. What a beautiful cricket shot that is. He's a class player, we know that. We can't say too much, but that is a beautiful cover drive.
Nice, very well played in that step hit arc again. Good players put them half volleys away.
Unfortunately, if you're at the fielding side, you just can't put players everywhere. You only get 9 pawns to put around your chessboard. Deep third.
There's a big gap between that cover and mid-off fielder, and he's got protection on his left shoulder. And as we see the captain now moving cover a little bit straighter to close off that gap. But good players still find a way to get it through there, find the boundary.
This one short is hit down to fine leg and over the boundary for 6. It's gone over the fence. It's gone so far. 1 bounce well and truly over the boundary. I didn't mind the theory from Saeed Sejan Zamir. Just didn't love the execution.
It's the first short ball that we've really seen that's been directed, and he missed down the leg side, and that's just an easy shot, as we see on replay there for Sanger. That was going down leg side. If he had missed it, it would have been a wide down the leg side. But nonetheless, still had to hit it, still put it away, and, Sanger's now scored 10 off 2 balls now, and now he's moving things on nicely. He's 19 off 9.
7 and over at the start of this over, and already with 10 from 2, it has changed the dynamic a lot. Not a lot the skipper can do, though, with those. Now the quick single, because everyone's on the heels, knowing how hard he has hit the first couple. Great batting.
Pretty happy to see him down the other end. That's just really good cricket all around from a bowling side of things. Find that hard length where you can't really get on the front foot, hit over the top, or get on the back foot and try and pull it or cut it. That's really good cricket. But you find it's pretty weird these days for someone to bowl, if you're not a spinner, to bowl 3 overs in a row. Even, you're seeing T20s now with Big Bash, they might only bowl 1 over because if they're too scared to bowl 2 in a row because the next over they might line them up.
So what is even more remarkable about the Stars against the Comets here at DXC Arena during the week, where we saw Elliott bowl 2, Crone bowl 4, Elliott bowl another 2. And all of a sudden 8 overs from one end had been bowled by 2 bowlers. Admittedly, they took 7 wickets between them, which was a pretty good effort.
And that was out here, and the wicket was beautiful. There was nice pace and bounce. There was heaps of runs scored. There was wickets taken. There was enough in it for the quicks, and the spinners were spinning it. The facilities up here are just perfect, and well done to the ground staff. And, there's been so much cricket played up here, and to keep the conditions like this and keep the oval looking the way it is phenomenal.
In the air, down to long on. Won't reach on the full, but certainly get a single for his efforts. 1 for 47. Well played from Wood. Used to get kicked out of the nets if you played a shot like that. Now you're encouraged to do so at all occasions.
It's a nice cricket shot, hitting through, hands through the ball, hitting through the line of the ball. It's a really good cricket shot. If he almost overhit that and almost got caught down long on.
It was a very deliberate landing before long on. Wasn't trying to go over the top per se.
Looks like he's a little bit tired here, Zamir.
Well,
By 3 overs in a row, that can be quite tough.
Short, and that's down the side. Nazir's gone up. And Nazir's up. The bowler's sort of up as well. It must have brushed the backside of Sanger, because normally that would either be given wide or be given out, but it must have just brushed his pants and gets away with it. 6 overs gone, 1 for 47. Played backward of points, get a single. It's just that intent. Every ball. I mean, how much is spoken about intent, or is it just ingrained in the batters now?
They just know. Everyone knows from a young age throughout academies, and as a junior cricketer, you just know you just have to go out there with intent. As soon as you're in that negative mind frame, something will go wrong. Get hit in the pads or bowled. As Sanger gives himself some room and punching that through the offside to deep cover point for a single. Yeah, they just know, literally from ball one, whether it's leaving or defending or playing a pull shot, you're just showing that intent literally from ball one.
Comes down the crease just a touch and hits the long on for one, and that's also the reverse sweep. It's not necessarily just for the runs, it's also to change field placings, change bowling tactics. It's more so than just that delivery, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And from a bowling side of things, if a batter's just sitting in their crease and you're just bowling at them,
it's in the air, but it'll fall safely. It'll be just another single.
If the bowler just bowls at you, then it's, the bowler's just going to get on top of you, and, they can work into their spell, they can change their pace, they can throw in a change-up, variations, and you're a sitting duck, really. But if you show that intent from ball one, then the bowler has to change their field, change their line. And good batting here, keep rotating the strike. Now have to bowl to different batters, to different plans.
Sanger takes off and calls his partner through. That's really good running. Again, it's not just intent to play your shots. It's intent between the crease. It's intent to run. Maybe take a chance, but also...
Yep. I think here they know, he's one of the better bowlers here for Pakistan. He's had a really good tournament, and they think they can take 6 runs off him, 6 singles and over. As he gets a nice dot ball there, good fielding. But get a dot ball there, so that's 5 runs from that over. But, it was 2 runs from his first over. So he's got figures of none for 7 off his 2 overs. But in that case there, NT strike, they've summed up the conditions and go, righto, he's a good bowler, respect that. But we're still going to show our intent and look to score. And by doing so, you got 5 fielders out. Surely you can hit 1 for a single.
Yeah, if you get 5 off a good over, you're in good hands. And I'll tell you what the other part of this, bit of fielding, which may have saved one, may not have, because he had a fielder right behind him, but it was very much appreciated by the Pakistani strong crowd here. They're right behind the Shaheens. The amount of green and white in the crowd is fantastic.
Absolutely. What a crowd here at DXC Arena here in Darwin, at Marara, at Northern Territory Cricket here. A lot of blue, a lot of club shirts as well here to support Northern Territory, the NT Strike team.
Yeah, I reckon it's probably even, the support. The Pakistanis are a bit louder. It's fair to say the Darwin locals are always a bit more reserved. Faisal Akram is going to come on from the airport end. He bowls a fully to start as well. It's amazing how often that happens. I don't think it's nerves, but it may be. Maybe you just want to get that first one down the other end. They all have looked like their first ball. They're just trying to get it to the other end.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice. You go back to their warm-ups. Have they done enough? Are they ready to go by ball one? But nonetheless, you still got to execute and put it away.
It's a good shot. Wood just stood there, smashed it down the ground for 4. So now he goes again, hits that one even better. And that's going to be another boundary. Back-to-back boundaries. Hands on hips from the skipper, hands on hips from the bowler, but just some really good batting as well.
Smart batting here from Jack Wood. He's got his matchup. A lot of batters will talk about matchups out there. Akram will spin the ball into Jack Wood, so Jack Wood has that freedom, or that freedom to hit through long on and that mid wicket if he does get too straight. But no, it's beautiful batting. Here's his little matchup here.
Goes again now. This has gone straight down the throat of long off. It's gone over his head. It just caught a bit of breeze as it kept going. As soon as he hit it, everyone thought, oh, that's trouble for Wood. It is not. It is 6. He's gone 4-4-6.
Smart cricket. Picked his wrong'un. So he's hit with the spin now, hitting over long off. That's a beautiful cricket shot, hitting with the wind as well. This is, you know, we talked about matchups there. This is it. Can't let the two spinners bowl at the same or at either end and let them settle, as we see the replay.
And for the last 4 games, the Pakistan spinners have got on top and stayed on top. This is the first occasion that one of them's come on and has really been taken to. 4-4-6.
What about the beautiful swing of the bat too? Not trying to overhit it, not trying to flick it to the leg side, just hands through the ball, holding his shape.
This time, almost hits the toe of the bat, but goes out to deep point. That's 6 that went with the breeze and with the spin. It got to about 12 metres in the air and then stayed 12 metres in the air for the entire length of its travels.
We saw that from the cricket pitch through to long off. We've got the perfect line there, and it just kept going up.
It's like a takeoff from a plane. Slower. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the line right, and Singer didn't punish on too much, but still gets the single. 1 for 68. There's one ball remaining in the 8th over. It's been a good one. 16 from it. Can Wood make it a great one? He can. He goes down the ground, and this one's cleared the fence. It's another 6. It's a wonderful over. What batting? 1 for 74 after 8. Off the 8th over the innings. Beautiful batting from Jack Wood. But now a bowling change, and an important one for Pakistan A. The Shaheens have brought in Ali Asfan, who's been player of the match on 2 occasions.
Nice, well bowled. Seen the action a few times now. If I was batting out the middle, I would have played 8 shots by the time he's released the ball.
I don't even know which one I'm watching. It's great to watch. Said he learned off YouTube. It's in the air. Could it be? Could it be? It's dropped. Dropped at deep mid-wicket. Oh, someone may have predicted during the over break that there was going to be an early wicket and was very, very pleased with his own call, and yet he gets put down. He's a wicket taker, but not if you don't get supported by your teammates. That's a poor drop.
That could be a costly drop. Jason Sanger, 25 now off 17 deliveries.
An easy single now. You can just see just a hint of that energy that's been so apparent all week from the Shaheens just gets sucked out a little bit, especially after an over that goes for 22.
Yeah, momentum not going your way. You can really set the tone from here. You know, now you might find next time there's a top edge, you might fall in the gap and go NT's way, or you nick it past the slip for 4. Like, it can change a game in a T20 game for sure.
This time Wood much more circumspect. Sanger's run really quickly. He's in and out and he's coming back. Wood's now going to have to hurry. He's gone, is he? No. Oh, the umpire says he's made it home. Very, very vocal crowd suggesting that maybe that's not the case, but there's only one person's opinion that matters, and that's the umpire. It was a great throw.
Beautiful throw, but he was a little bit slow getting off the fence there. That could have easily been stopped. A little bit of foxing.
I don't think Wood thought Sanger was coming back.
Beautiful pick up, beautiful throw, bounce throw in. He looks safe.
It's amazing that keepers who don't see where the batter is automatically think it's out. It's very much a keeper's trait.
a bit like fast bowlers in the nets. It's out no matter what.
Well, they've got 38 fielders. May have mentioned to you, though, Phil, that when Ali Asfan comes on to bowl, things happen.
And things are starting to happen. Wonder who's going to bowl the next over at the other end. It's been very expensive down the other end.
It has been.
NT hitting it with the wind.
Quicker, flatter, and just punched out to the offside. This time, they'll be content with one. There's plenty happening in that over. 9 overs gone. NT strike going at 9 and over. 1 for 81. Some really good bowling from Asfan. Just couldn't quite hold on to it though, and then couldn't quite get the ball in quick enough to get the run out. There were probably two opportunities for Pakistan A there.
Absolutely, and talking about momentum, it can go against you. When it comes, it comes. When it doesn't, it doesn't. But nonetheless, really good cricket here. NT playing it really smart. As we see, their attacking bowler, their most reliable bowler, is going to bowl the tough over at the other end, at the airport end.
And the highest wicket taker for Shaheens and the equal second highest wicket taker. We're going to see the highest wicket taker, Hamish Martin, when the strike bowl a little bit later on. But 9 wickets for Arafat Ahmed Minhas and Rawatha Kelapota from the Renegades Academy. They are second on the list. He's bowled really well. 2 overs for 7. Hard to get away.
Falak Sanger hitting that to short cover. He's got long off and cover sweeper on either side. We see some fielders swapping in the background, moving fielders into hot spots.
The red zones are everywhere when Sanger's batting. Tosses this one up and another dot ball.
Beautifully bowled. I thought he would have started from that end, knowing that, he's got a nice action, get some nice dips, some nice revs on the ball, bowling into the breeze.
Slows this right up. It's hit. Hit a long way. A long, long way. And that's 6 more.
That's your margin for error. You bowl into the wind, you get hit with the wind. But no, that's really good cricket. Dot, dot, really good bowling there. And then just got tossed up, enticed him into a big shot. And the big shot it was. That's 6. That's over the fence.
It's a beautiful clean hit once again from Sanger. Moves to 33, 1 for 87, 33 from 22, Woods 40 from 24. What a partnership this has been of 71. In pretty good time too. Goes again, this time on the offside. Has he got enough on this one? He does not. And that's taken easily at long off. You hate to say it with someone who's so good as Sanger that was a little bit lazy. But perhaps it just got in his mind that if you put it up on the breeze, it could get over. But nope, safely taken. And that's why you put your good fielders in the hot zones.
Absolutely. I don't think I didn't think Sanger here expected it to be another step hit. His eyes lit up there. But nonetheless, still had to hit it over the fence, and he's 5 in off the rope too.
Yeah, and a really good fielder, Mohammad Irfan Khan. He's
bowling.
taken some very good catches, and another wicket. Moves to outright second. Not that that's how it works, because we're in the final at the moment. All they care about is winning this game. Arafat Ahmed Minhas, though, he get hit for 6, and you got 2 choices. Do you crawl back into your shell, or do you back yourself?
He backed himself. That's such good cricket. He could have easily just thrown that in fast at leg stump and let Jason Sanger get a single. But nonetheless, tossed it up, get it up above his eye lines, enticed him into another shot, and did, and got caught down long off.
I really like that. I really like that bowling. I mean, Sanger will be disappointed. I mean, you're always disappointed when a good batter gets out, but he'll be disappointed that they were on top.
Yep.
That really turned this game in NT Strike's favour. Him and Jack would have
hit that for 6, or hit the ball before for 6, and then you get a single. We walk out of that over going, wow, that's such a good over for NT to their best bowler.
And still 2 balls to face, and still got the wind behind you. But now, as a new batter comes in, although certainly no slouch. Paramopol's been fantastic this week. He's had a couple of good scores as well. Made himself the 11th highest run scorer. Sorry, the 8th highest run scorer. Batters have been doing well. I want to give them due justice, and he's done well. You're going to come back for 2. That's good running.
Nice. That's so good there from NT. working that through the gap there for 2. So good just to keep that momentum going NT's way after a massive partnership that it was for that second wicket.
Yeah, partnership of 71. Broken with a good catch to Mohammad Irfan Khan. Didn't have to do much, but as we've seen, you do have to catch them. And good excitement also from the captain. Rahul Nazir was very pleased with that. I think he's just pleased with the thought process of his bowler as well. You always back your teammates in. You have to. It's part of the game, but when they execute well, it's even better. It finishes with a dot, so it ends up being a really good over. We're halfway through the allotted overs. NT strike 2 for 89.
We all seek different in our own ways because different reflects who you are, who you want to be. And nowhere lets you be who you are and find what you seek like the Northern Territory. So if you seek different, this is the holiday for you. The Northern Territory. Different in every sense.
Ali Asfan to continue. He's just that sort of bowler. No, it's partly to do with the action, but he's that sort of bowler that you always think something's happening.
Oh, absolutely. And you bowl in partnerships and you get a wicket down the other end. Something always happening.
Probably doesn't make him feel better that deep wicket dropped one in his first over.
That was Jason Sanger. He's out now. So that fielder at deep mid-wicket can breathe.
It's true, isn't it? You do feel it.
Absolutely.
When the batter's in and keeps going, with every run, there's just that bit of cringe.
Every boundary just hurts.
Absolutely, that's true. Turned it to the leg side for 1. Some good composed batting here from Wood. He's hit the boundaries, but he's also turned the strike over. He has not let any grass grow between his feet. 41 from 27. He's been very good.
Nice. Now we can rebuild this. You know, this is probably a really important partnership now here between Parama Pal and Jack Wood. Jack Wood being the set batter. We know he's been targeting at the other end, trying to hit with the wind and hitting it nice and clean as he's been doing. But now for Parama Pal just to jump in on this partnership, keep rotating the strike, keep working with Jack Wood here, keep the scoreboard ticking over, and then he'll be able to score them boundary balls later on in the innings.
Tosses it up and just a little too far. Ball takes it on the full. And they're going to come back for 2. So the slight misfield could have been in trouble with a direct hit. It's just the little things that haven't quite gone the Shaheens' way. Not necessarily all their fault, but on occasion it is the case.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Really good running between wickets there. Slight little fumble.
Just a little bit of side screen work. Harking back to the under-16s days of where you send your batters, you send the bowlers out. Singlet and shorts, out they go to push the side screens around. Fast bowlers have to be good for something during the innings.
It's not their chat in the change rooms, I'll tell you that for nothing.
They do cop it, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So they should sometimes.
Down leg side, and this is missed by Nazir. Pal runs the first one hard, he turns and he's going to go in and out quickly, gets back for 2. I reckon that'll be called as wides. No, he got a little bit on it.
Funny
admit,
game.
I didn't see the edge on there.
Funny game. Shouldn't have been on strike, and now another 2 runs get added to the score. Should have been bowling to a different batter.
This one's turned on the leg side again. And again, he runs the first one hard. And again, they're going to come back for 2. And again, they make it home easily. That's some really good running. That's perfect cricket. Hitting it the exact right amount to make sure he can get back for 2.
Absolutely. Great hands, great cricket awareness there. And how good from Jack Wood as well. You know, it didn't come off his bat, but he's running between wickets. You know, to work with his partner, build that partnership has been phenomenal.
And that's what batting in partnerships means. It's when there's pressure on one of your batters, go the other way. When there's pressure on you, try and get off strike. And speaking of being on strike or not, he's had a little chat, I reckon, Jack Wood to his partner and says, "Are you in?" He goes, "I am in."
I'm ready. He's only faced the 5 deliveries, though, but, you know, he must be pretty happy. He's been in some really good form. He's had a really good season with the bat, has Parama Pal, so he's just jumped on this partnership straight away.
I'll tell you something that is quite surprising. It's the power surge, so only 2 fielders can be out. I think it's just been realised by the skipper. And I'll tell you why it's interesting, because Akram had the ball in his hand. Nothing wrong with backing your bowler who's gone for 22, but I just don't think with the 2 fielders out, he's the man. And I also think there might be a bit of strategy here from NT Strike. Knowing that Arafat Ahmed Minhas has bowled 3 overs, he's going to bowl the power in the power surge. So let's get him back in, because after this over, he's done.
Absolutely.
I reckon that's really clever from Strike.
Absolutely smart cricket. Now he's got, NT have 8 overs of someone else that they can target.
I reckon this is very good. Long off and deep mid-wicket. And he bowls more like Wasim Akram than
that was 120 clicks.
That was very quick. But he can't bowl 6 of them, I wouldn't have thought. Stranger things have happened. Goes the other way. Hit firmly, and a diving cover can't get there. Long's got a huge chase. It's a good effort, but he won't get there, and that's 4. Slightly over pitch. I didn't mind taking the pace off it, but you can't give up length, and that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, there we go. That was that real full toss ball as well. You know, Wood had the chance to hit that wherever he wanted. That brings up the 100 now for NT Strike. 2 for 100 inside the 12th over.
Yeah, from just 68 deliveries. Heaves this to the leg side. This will only be 1. They are going well, though. They're flying at the moment. NT Strike. I know they've lost the 2 wickets. Khan for 12. Sanger for 33. The danger man now, of course, is Wood. He's 46 from 30. And looks every bit ready to bat the 20 overs, which is dangerous for the Shaheens. So turn around the corner. Really wants to hurry. Put the pressure on, and that gets the fumble. Good running again from Wood. He's been outstanding today.
Absolutely. Like, it's stuff that goes unnoticed as well. Like, you know, we can see it because we're here live, but probably won't see it on TV as much when the ball goes out to the outfield. But his running between wickets has been phenomenal for the team.
Quicker. Hit in the air to that cover region. Another huge chase, and it's going to be a wonderful rundown. Well done. That's Mohammad Irfan Khan, who's had plenty of work to do. He fields in slip, he fields in gully, he fields it long off. They really do put him where the red flags are, and he does the job most times.
Yeah, I've just been watching him. He's been going long off to mid-wicket, so he's just literally been playing in that hot spot role. And that's T20 cricket. You just got to be out in that 20 overs. If you're a good fielder, you're in that red zone. You're in that hot spot. You're getting as many balls as possible.
Quick and flat, and they're going to go through for a single. Good running, a shy at the stumps. Possibly unnecessarily, but it does keep the ball pinging around. It's the end of the 12th over, 2 for 105. Halfway through the power surge, where only 2 fielders can be outside the circle, and Sajid Ali, who bowled well at the top, he's got 1 for 14 from 2. He's going to be bowling the second and final power surge overs, mid-on and mid-off inside the circle, hitting into the breeze if you come down the ground. Struck on the pad, and they'll scamper through for a single.
Very well bowled, extremely well bowled. As we get a leg bye called there from local John Ganane. Very well bowled, just getting out of that swing arc. And he's got 2 fielders out there as well. So if Jack Wood did get any bat on that, it just had to go out to the sweepers.
I asked Michael Kudra a little bit earlier on if just had a nice relaxing day yesterday. He said, no, my team had the bye, so we had to umpire, and no one else wanted to do it. So he spent the entire day umpiring first-grade cricket. Not quite sure that's how he saw his day off going. Down the crease and hit hard. That's 4. What a shot. Just opened up the offside a little bit. And with a powerful swing of the bat, Paramoupa goes bang and smashes his first boundary.
Very well bowled, and Ali's probably one of their better bowlers as well. He's only got 1 over left after this also, so he might wait for the 19th or 20th over. But that's a beautiful shot there. Apal just giving himself just a little bit of room and just opens up that bat face nicely, hitting that between mid-off and cover. That's a great batting plan. Looks like he's going to, Jack Wood gave himself room to the leg side to hit through the off, so it could be the same here with Param Apal.
This time stands still, hits it firmly to mid-off, and we'll just get one. Good comeback again from Ali, who's bowled quite well. It's so hard to defend the boundaries when you've got 5 out. Imagine how hard it is with 2 batters that are in, and you've only got 2 out.
Absolutely, and what an experience here for Pakistan. They don't play with the power surge. It's not in their competition. They've probably never experienced it before unless they've been in the Big Bash, because it's an Australian Big Bash rule. What an experience for them.
Hit very firmly, straight down the ground for 4. Beautiful outfield here at DXC Arena, and that was hit as clean as a whistle. That is a beautiful cricket shot.
That's a great cricket shot, and I reckon that's a beauty about the power surge as well. A lot of people, a lot of young people, unexperienced people will that's 50 for Jack Wood as well. Sorry for our viewers back home. That's 53 runs now off his 34 deliveries. That's a beautiful innings. But the way Wood's just held his shape, a lot of people in the power surge will think they just have to hit everything for 6 and lose their shape, heads up to the sky. But that's a beautiful cricket shot. 53 runs off his 34 balls, 6 fours, 2 big sixes as well to go with that.
Comes down the wicket and beaten by Ali.
Well bowled.
It's really well bowled. I mean, he's not going to finish with the best figures of his career, but I think he's certainly been the pick of the bowlers so far today, in addition to Arafat Ahmed Minas, who's bowled well as always.
Yeah, absolutely. And, they're bowling well, but, sometimes T20 cricket can be a batter's game, and it looks like a really good wicket out there, really good surface, and I think the batters are doing well. 2 for 116 in the 13th over.
11 off this over so far, 20 from the power surge, and this is the last ball of the power surge. Shaheens' squad can breathe easy after this, perhaps. This one's turned around to the leg side, and once again they're going to run hard. Powell gets in and out. The throw comes in. He says, no, don't. And sends him back. You can almost hear it from here, which is just great to listen to. 2 for 117, 21 coming from the power surge, overs of 9 and 12. 2 for 117 after 13. What do you think NT Strike are looking at here, Dill? You'd think 170, 180 has to be on the cards.
Absolutely, and, we're talking about how good the wicket and how good the facilities are. Like, anything over 175 would be a minimum for these guys. Normally the last 5 overs you look to get at least 50, so that means you go at 10s for the last 5. Anything in and around that is bonus, but with 7 overs to go, you can go as big as you like, really. That could somewhat 180, 190.
Elliot Mahmood is going to come on. They made 185 in their first game, 5 for 185. That was at Gardens. Good wicket, good batting wicket, and a much smaller ground than DXC Arena.
Small square, a lot of slog sweeps went over the road into the Gardens.
Not as big as the 6 we saw from Harry Dixon, which might still be going. Went over the grandstand, out of the whole ground.
Just quietly, he was happy with that too.
Yeah, well, he wasn't quiet about it. If I could hit him like that, I'd probably tell everyone as well. Mahmood now. Again, that really quick wrist, quick hands through the ball down to long off.
Good cricket. It was well bowled, but an even better cricket shot just to work that down for a single. And in this stage of the game, singles are probably good for Pakistan. So they've got their 5 fielders back out. The power surge is finished.
Well played. So we are looking, there's 40 balls remaining. I mean, a run of ball takes strike to 160. We're looking far and beyond that, you would think, in a final. Wood was going to advance and then was probably just beaten a little bit there by Mahmood, but good enough to adjust his shot and his thinking and still gets a single from it.
Nice. Well bowled. Mahmood will be thinking that he would have been bowling to a lefty by now, would have come on a little bit earlier. But no, he's got the 2 right-handers in, so he's spinning the ball into the right-handers.
It's all about matchups, isn't it? each and every time. This is the cover. Going to have to hurry, and does. That's really well played. Almost softened his bat there to make sure he didn't hit it too hard so the single was there. The skills are unbelievable. The control.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable cricket. The way they've gone about it, literally from both teams as well.
Down the wicket, hits it miles in the air. We're going to need to be called in. Oh, my goodness. The RAAF just got a warning over at Darwin International Airport, and the chopper's out to find it. That has gone a long, long way.
Wow. Can't wait to see a replay on that. The fielders actually jumped the fence before the ball went over. He just knew that's six. As we see a replay here, Mahmood just getting in that batting arc, that free swing arc, and look at that bat swing from Jack Wood. He's been in some serious form in this tournament and the tournament before that in the Men's Strike League.
Just glides it and again puts the pressure on. Just little things that haven't happened to the Shaheens all week. Now it's happening. The pressure is well and truly on. We are 14 overs in, 2 for 127.
At Charles Darwin University, you can fit learning around your lifestyle. Invest in yourself to improve the lives of others. Turn your purpose into a profession. And connect to your future from anywhere. At CDU, we embrace your diverse perspectives, extraordinary experiences, and flexible ways of learning, because that's what makes us a connected university.
$14 overs gone, 2 for 127. Some very good running from Mohammad Irfan Khan. He's run from long off to long off. They want him in the spot where the ball's going to go because he can catch them. He has taken catch of the tournament, no doubt about that. In slip, took an absolute hanger. Same game, he also probably got run out of the tournament as well. That's heaved into the leg side. I don't think it went anywhere near where we wanted it to go. We'll still take the single. Doing a lot of unrewarded running here, the Pakistan Shaheens. The A side, of course, who beat India A in the Asia Emerging Cup before coming here. Not a huge crossover of players, but shows you just the depth of cricket in Pakistan. A lot of Pakistan under-19 representatives here. This one's hit very hard down the ground. Wood gets away quickly, but some really good clean fielding from Wahaj Riaz. Picks it up and lets it go all in one motion, just the single. Where does Wood want to go now? Looking around. Mid-wicket seems to be free. So he's it to the leg side and straight to deep backward square. It's good control, though, from Ali Asfan. He's a good bowler.
Yeah, absolutely. Bowling really well. And as you said, something happens. It's exciting, whether it's at his end or the other end, because he bowls so tight and so rewarding. I would love to be bowling at the other end with him as well, because he's such a good bowler. But how's this from Jack Wood? He's been targeting the other end, hitting to the Darwin International Airport, and now he's just going, nah, I'm going now.
That's in the air. It's going to be straight down the front of deep wicket. It's going to take a great catch. That is a beauty. How about that from Arafat Ahmed Minas? Came in, took it low. The breeze was taking hold of it, and not surprisingly, Ali Asfan gets a wicket.
Something happens when he bowls, doesn't it? Nah, very well bowled there, taking the pace off. Yes, he was a touch short, but Paramapal mishitting that into the breeze, held up in the breeze, and that's a beautiful catch out in the deep too.
That's a really good catch. Ali Asfan takes a wicket.
As we see a replay now coming into bowl.
Three.
Fraction short. And look at this. Great running, great movement out in the deep.
That kept moving away
from him. Look at the
him.
crowd in the background
They're
as
loving
well.
it, aren't they? That kept moving away from him, though. It was genuinely going straight to him. And then half a second later realised, oh, no, it's not. That keeps going. The breeze is quite strong, and I think it's turned more across the ground now than down the ground. That's a really good catch. We're going for 18, 3 for 130.
As we see the captain coming in now for NT Strike, Michael Kudrup.
Did a fair bit of umpiring yesterday. Be happy to have a bat in hand.
We'll see him later on with the wicket-keeping gloves as well.
Yeah, not often you see keeper batters as captains, but we actually had 3 of them in this tournament.
Yeah, it's actually quite hard these days. You normally want your captain at, short cover or short mid-wicket so you can quickly talk to him if required. But if you're talking about bowling plans as keeper to bowler, you got the 2 batters literally in between the middle of your conversation.
I'm not sure there'll be too many surprises nowadays regardless. All the bowlers and batters know enough, although it has been a good competition for coming up against players that you don't normally play against. It's been a challenge in itself. Last ball of the 15th over here. Kudra pushes down. Wood's going to run hard. He's got 1, but he won't be able to get back for 2. And good fielding once again from Wihaj Riaz. 3 for 131. Another good over from Ali Asfan. He's bowled well all tournament. 3 overs, 1 for 18.
Nice, very well bowled, very well bowled. Good cricket here. So I reckon this is probably the most important phase of the game now. Last 5 overs.
Oh.
You got one of your set batters at Pramapal, had such a good season. You've still got a set batter in now with Jack Wood. He's 63 off 41. These 5 overs can be make or break here for Pakistan. But then also for NT, just to keep that momentum, keep being in control of the game and take the game as deep as possible. Build that momentum into your bowling innings as well.
10 and over takes him to 180. That'd be what strike would be after, but there's plenty of hard work to be done before then. He tosses this one up and it's played out into the offside. There hasn't been a lot of movement from out point. I don't think he picked it up at all. So they've come back for 2, and now they're going to have to come back for 3. And there was just a hesitation from the sweeper out on the offside bench. Just didn't pick it up at all.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. That was pretty random. I think normally, your cover sweepers, your short cover will pinpoint you out there or, put your hand up to say that's yours. But I think he's just generally lost it.
Yeah, didn't see that at all. So 3 runs. So not only does Kudra get 3 for that, he also gets off strike, which is exactly what he's after. For some unknown reason, NT Strike still don't have anyone next to the sight screen.
Mahmood's going to change and go right arm around the wicket and try and cancel out that batting arc of Jack Wood.
No one's been able to do it yet. 63 from 41. It's been a super innings.
He's had an unbelievable season. There was an innings, there was a period of 3 times in a row where he made 50 off 20. Then he made 70 off 30, and then he made 50 off 25 again.
Imagine just walking out to bat knowing you've got those scores behind you.
He's played that much cricket. You just know your game, and you can just go out there and just play cricket.
So far to say he doesn't actually need the side screen the way he's seeing them.
Side screens are a myth. See a massive crowd still rolling in here at DXC Arena here in Darwin.
I was chatting earlier with one of the NT cricket guys and girls and just saying how good is it having it on the Sunday in between the big race days. It's a huge day up here. Holiday tomorrow up in Darwin for the Darwin Cup. Admittedly, I don't think the Pakistan supporters care. They're going to follow their team anywhere. We've seen him at each and every game. Kudra's going to have to hurry. And he does, and the throw's wide anyways. Gets back for 2, 3 for 137. They've been at all the games. TIO Stadium. We've had, admittedly, they took the wonderful Melbourne Stars shirts that Clint Mackay very kindly bought up on behalf of the Stars and the Stars Academy. Had the Stars shirts on until all of a sudden Pakistan started taking a few wickets. Did they come off quick enough, and then the Pakistan shirt underneath. From one green team to the other. Got a Big Bash team to follow, if nothing else. This one on one knee. Can't beat mid-wicket. Another dot. Good bowling here. Needed to come back after a few early in the over. 2 balls left. You know where Wood's looking. Straight down the ground.
Nice, very well bowled again. Back-to-back dots. Normally in T20 cricket, something will happen after back-to-back dots. I'll string something together. Last ballie over here.
So Kudra here, he's 6 from 6. He knows he's got Wood down the other end who's hitting them so well. What does he do? Last ball of the 16th. Goes down the ground himself. Hits it to long off. Wood gets in for 1. He's going to come back for 2. gives him an extra run and gets him on strike for the next over. Clever batting, 3 for 139, 4 overs remain.
Welcome to the waterfront. There are a million reasons to come. Where the water meets the land, a place to connect, enjoy and relax. Open every day, 7 seasons a year. Plan your next visit to Darwin's tropical resort today at waterfront.nt.gov.au.
This will be the last over from Ali Asfan, who's bowled well again. Quicker and flatter and just played off to the offside by Wood. Moves to 65 from 43. 3 for 140. He has been very, very good. He's been accurate, economical, taken a wicket and created a couple of chances. Kudra tries to wallop that over the leg side.
Smart fielding, great captaincy too. Pakistan have just brought their short cover and short mid wicket in a little bit closer, trying to get 1 or 2 dot balls here from Michael Kudra.
This time he just a flick of the wrists and it goes backward a point. He runs hard, but Wood's got other ideas, I think.
Here we
He's
go.
Starved to strike
I
a
think
little bit.
something, we're just about to say that, I think something's going to happen. You know, Wood batting so well with Param, Sanger, Khan. A few dot balls here, bit of pressure built, and really good bowling as well here from Pakistan. 3 for 141.
Wood goes miles! Oh! Hold your draft. That's gone a long, long way.
There we go. We said something was going to happen. Look at the crowd in the background. What a great shot there.
That has gone a long, long way.
Great batting there from Wood.
We said the breeze has become more of a cross breeze a little bit, and so there's not as much risk in hitting to that leg side for Wood. Clean as a whistle, he picked that up, though. Look at that. And the flourish at the end, too.
The swing of the bat. Unbelievable.
Is he going to go again? It's gone straight up in the air, but it's going to fall safely. Some days, it's just your day. And Wood's going to get back for 2 for a shot that didn't probably deserve it. But that's cricket.
You create your own luck. There's
do.
that intent. If you go out there and show no intent and you just hit it to fielders, that nick probably goes straight up and you're out.
73 from 45. What a knock of the final this has been.
Beautiful crowd coming here at DXC Arena in Darwin.
And they just pause. They take a breath every time Wood's on strike now. But cleverly, he brings up the 150 with a single. And not only does he bring up the 150, he keeps strike for the next over. 17 overs gone, 3 for 150. We may have mentioned they needed to go at 10 and over to bring up 180 from a few overs back. Well, they've gone 8 and 11 in the last 2, and that's why they see themselves perfectly poised at 150 with 3 to come.
Nice. 3 overs to go. Big 3 overs to go as well. If they go 10 runs and over for the next 3, there's 180. And that's a great score in a T20 game. But nonetheless, it's a really good batting wicket. We're not here under lights. It's 4 o'clock local time here in Darwin, Australia, so the lights won't be affected in this game.
Wood now, he's standing at the end he likes to bat from as the bowler comes from the airport end. That's well bowled. Very well bowled. A little bit flatter. Just tied him up a touch. Couldn't free the arms as he likes to.
Mahmood bowled so well. Like, look at his figures. He's gone none for 19 inside his 3rd over, but there was just one massive 6. In the stage of the game where he's bowling into the wind to a set batter in Jack Wood, who's 75 now, 47 deliveries.
He's in the air and caught! Took 2 attempts. You can take as many as you like if it doesn't hit the ground. And Kudra is gone. An entertaining end. Kudra unfortunately couldn't get it past cover, and the 4th wicket falls with a score on 151. Kudra gone for 9.
As we see a replay now, staying around the wicket. Kudra giving himself some room and just had to try and hit that over cover. Hitting that straight to short cover and caught.
So here it is. Kudra gives himself room, hits it hard, gets two hands on it, bobbles up, but then had the presence of mind.
Good composure.
Yeah. And as we say, it doesn't matter how, it matters how many. And he's taken it, so it's out, and the Pakistani crowd are up and about. Look at them.
The horns and the whistles are going off.
The green and white flags are up and about. Does that put a little more pressure on Wood? He's been fantastic. He doesn't owe the strike anything the way he's been going. 75 from 47. And as we've seen during the week, not all the time, but a little bit, Kobe Edmonston, he can hit them as well.
Absolutely. A good local player to come in this situation. He's nice and busy. He's got that intent that we're talking about. He'll look to rotate the strike from ball one. And I think he knows the role as well. If, there's not many balls left, 16 balls left. If Wood faces 12 of them, NT striker in a pretty good position.
Tell you what else he's got. He's got a good arm on him. Edmondson can genuinely ping it with heat, which we'll no doubt see in the Shaheens innings. So here we go. The instructions pretty simple, I would have thought. Get down the other end. Wood, he's going to have to hurry here, but he does. Took a little while to get going. He has been out there for a little while, but once the steam train was going, it was stopping all stations.
He's a big boy, and you can see how hard he hits a cricket ball and how far the cricket ball goes.
Here we go. There's a hush around the ground. He was
Well
getting
bowled.
ready.
Great angles, great bowling.
I love changing it up. I'm going to go round the wicket. I'm going to change that angle, get it into a spot that you can't get in and under it.
A wicket and 2 runs coming from this over so far.
How important is the next couple of balls? And that was a really good one again. This has been fantastic for Mahmood. And they can't get Wood back on strike. Good fielding as well. Yet again, good outfielding. That was Shamil Hussain, who's been at the top of the order later on.
Last ball of the over.
Is it a
2
free
overs
hit?
left. Oh, that's one thing. Is it a free hit, or where can he find a 2? Where can he manipulate the field where he can find a 2?
Tries to go late, and that's very well played. Good footwork. Wood would normally probably come back for a third here. In fact, he will. That's good batting as well. Take every run on offer.
Trusty teammate. How good's that? Kobe Edmondson coming out from ball one, getting a single straight away. And that's the end of the over. 18 overs complete here. NT striker 4 for 156, sorry.
We all seek different in our own ways, because different reflects who you are, who you want to be. And nowhere lets you be who you are and find what you seek like the Northern Territory. So if you seek different, this is the holiday for you. The Northern Territory. Different in every sense.
Four for 156, just 6 coming from the last over. A really good one. And now, Fazal Akram, who went the distance. He went for 22 in his first over. That was the 8th over of the innings. He's coming on from the other end, though. He was bowling from the Darwin Airport end, which there was a fair breeze going that way. Now the breeze may actually help him here because it's coming into the right-handed batters. Although, with the breeze behind them, watch them target the leg side. Here he goes. Kobe Edmondson on strike.
Oh, I knew that was coming. We're talking traditional left arm leggy will spin the ball into the right-handers, but I feel, with the wind going that way to the leg side in T20 games, he's looking to bowl a lot of wrong-uns here.
Calmly take the single with the wide. That means 2 already off the over with 5 balls remaining. 11 balls remaining in the innings. But for the NT strike, the difference is Jack Wood. 76 from 49.
Here we go. This is a matchup. This is going to be a long, slow, wide wrong-un getting out of the arc of Jack Wood.
Which is why they've just pushed long off straighter. Oh, he's ready. That was almost baseballian.
It's almost at a phase of the game where you can move that mid-wicket back over to another point and just let him get a single and bring Kobe Edmondson back on strike.
He bowls medium pace. It's going to be one. It was just a little bit of, and a misfield. And he's going to come back for a second. He's dived and gets home. He does. And now the stairs all go towards the fielder. And Sergeant Ali does what anyone in his situation would do. You face the other way. You can feel many, many eyeballs in the back of your scon once you've had a little misfield. And let the big batter get back on strike. More so than the run. The two's on strike again.
Absolutely. This is always costly, but you've seen sometimes where this can actually be a wicket when it shouldn't, because he shouldn't be on strike. But here we go, Jack Wood on strike. 79 of 51 deliveries.
Slower. It's in the air and it's dropped. It's put down. How often we see it. They're going to come back for a second. It was a good effort. It was absolutely flying. Got two hands to it. It was a flying attempt, but just couldn't latch on to a very hard hit. And they get two. And once again, a couple of runs and Wood stays on strike.
2 balls left in this over. Wide at the start, then a single, and then a couple of twos. Wood sucking in the big ones here.
He wants to go large. We know that. It's no surprise. Hits it. This one goes over mid-wicket, but it'll just be a single because there's protection on the boundary line. 4 for 163. 1 ball remaining in the over. And again, you'd probably think, Edmundston, you've got full rein to go for your life here.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonder where his little match-up is here. I've seen him play a lot of reverse sweeps. We saw that little glide down to third man just before to the off-spinner. Wonder if he's got that up his sleeve. Stepping across the stumps.
And hits it beautifully down to backward square leg. They're going to get one and come back for a second. Wood not necessarily putting in the massive ones because he'll get to face this over. 4 for 165, 9 from the penultimate over of the innings. Well played by Edmundston. Just summed it up quite beautifully. He's 7 from 4. We're going to resume with 6 balls remaining. The last over with opener Jack Wood on 81. 81 from 53. This is an innings of a final that you love to see. We saw it last year with his opening companion, Josh Khan, of course, playing for the Cricket Australia 11. Now we're seeing it for the locals, NT Strike.
He made an unbelievable 70 in the men's strike league final as well in a T20 over at TIO Stadium. It was an unbelievable innings where he got man of the match in that game. But you know he's had a really, really good season. Nonetheless, he's making some really good runs here in a final. You can make all the runs that you want throughout the tournament, but big runs in big finals. This is where players are made.
So there'll be no doubt targeting that 12, 15, 18 runs if they can. But it's not going to be easy. It never is. Ali Mahmood to bowl the last over. Reverse, and that's gone up in the air. Could be taken. It's going to fall safely because it's just that sort of day. And Jack Wood will come back for 2. Edmondson comfortable with the 2 to leave him on strike.
Love that. I'm big on you create your own luck. You create your own chances. You know, he's done all the right things. He's run hard from his teammate at the other end. And, you know, cricket's a funny game. And things can go your way. And today's the day here for Jack Wood.
5 balls remaining. He's on 83. Goes down the ground. Hasn't got anywhere near enough on it. In fact, so much so it's going to fall safely.
That's a tired shot there from Jack Wood. He's been out there. He's opened the batting. He's been out there from ball 1.
85 he moves to. 4 for 169. Can he get 15 from the last 4 balls?
100%. The way he's been hitting them, but this has been such good bowling here. The figures may not justify how well Mahmood's been bowling. 1 for 28.
But they're going at 8.5, 9 and over, and he's gone at about 7. So it has been
into
good.
The breeze.
Yeah.
You know, like it's such good bowling. Right arm off spinner spinning into the batting plane.
Edmondson just fixing up his shoelace and
smart batting here. Just letting Jack Wood have a breather while doing the shoelaces.
The old fake apology too. 4 balls remaining. Quicker, flatter, and that's smashed through the offside. What a shot that is. That's going to race away for 4. You can't have the fielders everywhere, and Mahmood probably just gave him a little bit too much room there. He helped himself, and that was a great shot.
As we see a change of field now, they've moved that box mid-wicket over to another point, so then that deep cover fielder can protect that ball out through the cover region.
Yeah, you're going to swap them over. I think they've just gone to the wrong spot here. Yeah, Nazir just straightening him up. But it also leaves a huge gap at mid-wicket. So if he misses his length, you know exactly where Wood's going to go. Beautiful shot. 89 with 3 balls remaining. Reverses. That's in the air. That is gone on land safely as well. Oh, you talk about making your own luck, and Dill's been big on it. That is unbelievable. And he moves into the 90s. 91, 4 for 175.
This is such good batting. They're only facing 57 in the deliveries as well. Not necessarily half of the deliveries.
He's going to be 2 off.
Gee, he's made more than half of the runs.
Here we go. He has 91. 2 balls remaining. He can get there with 2 big hits. And that's one of them. That is one of them. That's gone miles. Over the rope and 6 again. Ho, 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 ho.
This is an unbelievable innings.
What a grandstand finish he's created for himself. 97 from 58. 4 for 181. You don't say this often, but even the Pakistani supporters were cheering that because they like a little bit of cricket theatre. Does it get more theatrical than needing a boundary, pretty much a boundary, to reach 100? He's on 97. Jack Wood, 1 ball remaining. Hits it hard! Does he reach the boundary? It does! He gets his 100! Now that is some sort of innings from Jack Wood. 101 from 59 deliveries. We are seeing something unbelievable here. That is an innings for the ages, and it means that the NT Strike score exactly the score that they scored against the Pakistan Shaheens in the first game of the tournament. 185 on the board. What an innings that was.
That is incredible. I am speechless. That is such a good innings. We're talking about the men's strike lead. He made an awesome innings as well in that T20 final. 101 of 59 deliveries.
That is just a wonderful knock. Has hit them absolutely everywhere. Pats on the back. He looks pretty tired. I will say this for the Shaheens. They're in a huddle at the moment. They've got together. They'll be chatting about it as we see the magnificent straight drive to bring up the 100 and all the shots in between. Well played, Jack Wood. Just absolute kudos.
5 massive sixes, 8 fours at a strike rate, 171. Wow.
Well, he's going to take a break. We're going to take a break. And in 15 minutes' time, we're going to work out whether the Shaheens have 186 in them to win.
Cricket 365 is proudly supported by Real Estate Central, Darwin's leading real estate agency. Thrifty Car and Van Rental, proudly driving Cricket 365. Airport Development Group, proud sponsor of Cricket 365. Quality People Recruitment, specialising in finding quality, hard-to-get professionals. And Duke's Cricket Balls, iconic, handmade, good for cricket.
At Charles Darwin University, you can fit learning around your lifestyle. Invest in yourself to improve the lives of others. Turn your purpose into a profession. And connect to your future from anywhere. At CDU, we embrace your diverse perspectives, extraordinary experiences, and flexible ways of learning because that's what makes us a connected university.
Welcome to the waterfront. There are a million reasons to come. Where the water meets the land, a place to connect, enjoy and relax. Open every day, 7 seasons a year. Plan your next visit to Darwin's tropical resort today at waterfront.nt.gov.au. We all seek different in our own ways, because different reflects who you are, who you want to be, and nowhere lets you be who you are and find what you seek like the Northern Territory. So if you seek different, this is the holiday for you. The Northern Territory, different in every sense.
Welcome back for the final of the CDU Men's Top End Series. We're here in Darwin, Australia for the wonderful conclusion to what has been a sensational tournament. Pakistan Shaheens are taking on NT Strike, and the local lads batted unbelievably 4 for 185 off the back of a Jack Wood century. 101 not out from 59 deliveries, meaning the Shaheens, to win the whole tournament, need 186 to win. It is an identical target that they had to try and chase down a week ago against NT Strike and fell 59 runs short. Pete Laser with you, and Dylan Slater joining me here in beautiful Darwin, which has seen a week of unbelievable cricket. And we've just seen an hour and a half of just as good cricket as we've seen throughout the week.
Absolutely. We've just seen an hour and a half of Jack Wood absolutely smoking him. That was an unbelievable innings. He opened the batting for NT Strike. He batted all the way through. He got 100 not out. That was phenomenal. So NT can keep that momentum going here. They batted really well all day, and now they get to bowl. Looks like Brodie Simon's going to open up the bowling from the Darwin International Airport end.
He was player of the match against the Stars over at the Garden Oval during the week. Bowled beautifully, took 3 wickets, and bowled that last over where Stars were coming, and just so cool. They called him the Iceman as he was walking off. They were very pleased with his efforts.
Oh, absolutely. Great bowler, cool, calm, collected head. He's one of the bowlers that when he gets to the top of his mark, he knows what delivery he's going to bowl, and he executes that 9 times out of 10.
It doesn't always matter, though, when you can see number 11 is going to be on strike. Shawaz Irfan is on strike. He also has had a play of the match when he absolutely smashed them everywhere during the week. He is the third highest run scorer of the competition. He scored an amazing 65. He's made 153 runs at a strike rate of 150. That shows you what can happen. So here we go. What a battle it's going to be. Only 2 fielders out. There's a deep third and a deep point. He's going to have to go wide of the wicket here. And he gets smashed over mid-wicket for 4. That's how you start a run chase when you need 9.5 and over. Whoa, I told you he tries to hit the first ball for boundaries.
Love it, love it. And it's just, with this field, it's just too predictable. You got that deep third and deep cover sweeper. He can only bowl one side of the wicket. Whereas if a deep square leg drops out, then he can open up all. He can bowl straight. He can bowl width. He can do whatever he likes. But at this stage, you can only really bowl one delivery.
And if he misses his length by a little bit, like he did there, just gets to free the arms and smash it over mid wicket.
Great stuff for Pakistan. Here we go.
Oh, the crowd's into it too. Don't worry about that. Will they make a difference? He stands there and tries to swat it again. He's going to have to hurry. Really cleanly taken and almost hits. In fact, he does hit the umpire. Not hard. There's a lot going on. There's always a lot going on when Irfan's out there. It's great to watch. No wicket for 5 after all that. 2 balls in.
Nice, smart batting, stepping across, looking to hit that to the leg side. He only had a short mid-on, box mid-wicket and 45. So anything that he clips over the 30-yard circle on the leg side will more often than not go for 4.
So now it changes a little bit, and Hussain is certainly no slouch with the bat as well. He just missed out on the top 10. He got a 57. He's probably missed out on 3 or 4 other occasions, but that half century he made was fantastic and looked at the top of his game. 5 fielders inside the circle on the offside, a deep square leg and a deep mid-wicket, protecting the leg side boundary. And that's where he turns the first delivery. The left-hander will just take the single.
Nice, good batting, good intent here from Pakistan. Yeah. Chasing a big total, nothing better than coming out first ball, hitting that for 4, and then singles to go with it. Such good cricket.
The thing about chasing 186, though, is that you just got to keep going. You think you've got big overs, and yet you need huge overs. We saw a couple in the Pakistan innings, in the strike innings, off the Pakistan bowlers. 22 for the 8th over, probably lit the fuse for a big, big score. Long on now goes out. Doesn't really change what he's trying to do. And, of course, for the viewers at home, that offside popping crease, if you like, where the line is for the wide, that moves with the batter. So if he goes across the crease, the line goes with it.
Nice. Good bowling. Very good bowling.
He is good. Quietly spoken young man, Brady Simons. Very humble after his player of the match performance. As he tries to, almost the off forehand, for want of a better tennis term, through the offside, but can't get much of it. And this has been the only problem. If it's 4 or nothing, it's the nothing that's the problem.
Absolutely. There's been 2 nothings in a chase of 155, or 185, sorry. Them nothing balls can, there's only there's only 20 overs. There's only 120 balls out there. Every ball needs to count as Brody comes in again.
That's gone up in the end. Should be caught. Should be out. And is out. Good catch. Well played. Safe as houses. And a wicket falls. And that's a big one. The big hitting. Shahaz Irfan goes for it again. And that's what the dot balls do. It builds pressure. Gone for 5. And now Pakistan Shaheens are 1 for 6. Exactly what they didn't want.
Exactly what they didn't want. As Brody comes in, just bangs it into the pitch. Nice cricket pitch, nice pace, nice bounce. Potentially rolled the fingers across it, and a great catch at short 45 from Tom Menzies. The young quick, we'll see him bowling very soon. Yes. Great start there from NT Strike. They get a wicket early.
No, pumped, weren't they? They know how important, they know how important every wicket is, but the ones that can get away from you, they're the ones that you've got to take, and indeed they do. So the first over produces a wicket. Well bowled from Brody Simons. 1 for 6 after the first over. Plenty of discussion amongst keeper and his senior players as to who's going to bowl, but it's going to be that young man, I believe. Tom Menzies is going to come in and bowl from the TIO Stadium end. So the side screen's going to move as Menzies is going to come over the wicket to the left-hander. And it's the skipper who joins him, Rahul Nazir, who's had a consistent tournament without being outstanding. He's been a good leader and he's been very good with the gloves. CDU Top End Series comes to a close this afternoon. Who's going to be the champion? Pakistan 8 or can NT Strike defend 185? He's got that fast bowler's run as he's turned round the corner for 1. And they were the ones that were being turned into 2 in the Strike innings.
Absolutely.
1s into 2s, turned 160 into 180s. And we said it early and it's still true.
Absolutely great call there. Nice start there from Tom Menzies. Good shape into the left-hander there. Getting the inside edge and just rolling down there for a single, which should have been 2. So put 1 in the bank there for NT Strike.
Young man who's been picked in the Australian under-19 side. They've got some 4-day games and 5 one-day games over in England in a few weeks' time. It's a great recognition of a fantastic series.
Absolutely, great opportunity. I was lucky enough to be one of his coaches for the Under-17s National Championships and the Under-19s National Championships. And, yeah, such a good kid. He was our captain for the Under-17s. Great opportunity for him to come out and bowl to Pakistan A with a brand new ball in his hand.
Do like his action.
Nice, great line, great start. Good cricket.
You can replicate that action 100 times, which is what you need in cricket. More so maybe in the red ball format, but even in the white ball format, when you're changing tactically what you're doing, technically you've got to be able to do it over and over.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to be too predictable when you got like a slow ball or a back of the hand or anything like that. So the more you can just keep the same, the better. And then the batter has to watch it out of the hand and pick that up accordingly.
Smash through cover for 4, through point. That's a beautiful shot. A little bit short, a little bit wide. Rahul Nazir doesn't let those go unpunished.
Bang, great cricket shot. We saw early days from the other opener walking across, stepping across, giving access, hitting through the leg side, but that's just a beautiful cricket shot there.
It is the problem when you've got nice pace about you and you're just a little bit short or a little bit wide. The good batters are going to punish. And that is exactly what Rahul Nazir is.
Nice, I like this field now. Deep mid-wicket comes up, still got deep square leg in the cover sweeper. So now we can bowl both sides of the wicket.
It's in the air and dropped. Would have been a good catch. It was travelling. There's no doubt about that. Looks like Kobe Edmondson there at point. That was going at a rate of knots, but you presume those are taken.
Yeah, absolutely. It was well bowled. What probably was full and wide, and it was there to hit. But you know, by having that cover sweeper out there, that's good bowling. We don't want this to be contagious. There was a drop catch and then a few fumbles in the field from Pakistan, and then momentum just goes against you. So hopefully NT Strike can switch back on here as Menzies continues.
He's bowled well. He's a good young kid. He hasn't played every game. He only played a couple of games. He took 2 wickets in 2 balls against Pakistan A last week. Probably thinking, how easy is this game? Nothing's to faze me, but the game has a way of just reminding you it's not that easy, with bat or ball in hand.
Absolutely. He's a good kid. He's got that real growth mindset. He's always willing to learn. He hasn't just been picked and then just, think he's got that fixed mindset. But no, he's always asking questions, willing to learn.
Well played from Nazir down the ground. Just get the single. So 2 good overs here from NT Strike. Couple of boundaries, but they're on top. 2 overs gone, 1 for 12.
At Charles Darwin University, you can fit learning around your lifestyle. Invest in yourself to improve the lives of others. Turn your purpose into a profession. And connect to your future from anywhere. At CDU, we embrace your diverse perspectives, extraordinary experiences, and flexible ways of learning, because that's what makes us a connected university.
1 for 12 after 2 overs. The Shaheens needing 186 to win the CDU Top End Series. NT Strike looking to win it for the home fans. And I must say, there are a lot of fans that have poured into to DXC Arena to watch this CDU Top End Series final.
Great day, great weekend of Darwin too. Got the public holiday tomorrow, got the Darwin races. A lot of people coming from interstate to get there, and now they're here watching some cricket as well, watching Pakistan versus NT.
Had the anthem ceremony before play, which was a great touch. I love that. I love a bit of pomp and ceremony when it's a final. I think it's fantastic, very respectful as well. Here we go, 3rd over, 1 for 12. They're behind the 8 ball here at the moment, Pakistan A. And gone! He strikes! Oh, Bernie Simons! He's got too far. He's a wicket taker. He's the leader of this attack. He takes another one, and that spells trouble as the skipper departs.
Well bowled, full and straight, hitting the stumps. As we see Brodie coming in from the Darwin International Airport end. Nice, off stump. Great T20 bowling that, trying to target the stumps as much as possible.
It's the simplest of all philosophies, isn't it? You miss, I hit, you're out. 2 for 12, 13 balls in. If you're going to write a script about how you wanted to chase down 186 for victory, this is not it.
This ain't it. Not at all. Not losing wickets in the power play, that's for sure.
Well bowled, though. They'll take it.
Pakistan, 2 for 12 inside the 3rd over. So the power play goes for the first 4 overs here using the Big Bash rules. So you got 2 fielders out for the first 4 overs, and then you got a power surge later on.
Wahaj Riaz comes to the crease. He comes to the crease with plenty of work to do. Still requiring a further 174 for victory. And that's going to come from 107 deliveries. I must say that Pakistan chants that have been very, very loud all around the stadium and in full voice and good voice, just tapered off just a touch. Hit well from Reyes, has to run quickly and does. It's a good way to get off the mark. First ball, strike it firmly to mid-off and just take off.
Nice, great start, good intent. We talk about that intent again. Looking to score, good cricket. Keep ticking that scoreboard along now. All of a sudden your matchup will be fine. You might be calculated, get that right matchup. Get a few big overs in T20 cricket and you're halfway there.
Ismail Hussain is 2 from 2. So out of the 14 deliveries, he's faced 2 of them. Seen a bit of carnage down the other end. A couple of boundaries, a couple of wickets. Now he just wants the side screen in front of the scissor lift, which you'd have to say is fair enough. Not moving at all that quickly, though. His little teammate down there, but that's all right. All's well, it gets in place.
On his own.
Probably thought he could have a mate. Around the wicket, Simons now. That's a beautiful off drive. Have a look at that. The square drive is beautifully played as you like, and that's 4.
Nice, beautiful cricket shot. Just a little bit of width there. Was full and wide. Good cricket shot. Just had to put it away and did accordingly.
Just slightly over pitched and a bit of that width that you talk about. To where you doesn't matter where the fielders are. Good batters, when they get width, can put it wherever they want.
Absolutely. You can have as many fielders as you want on that offside in the ring, but it's a great cricket shot. He'll stay around the wicket again.
It was down the wicket and probably tries to hit that too hard and doesn't get a lot of it. Well fielded in the ring and just another dot. 2 for 17. So no doubt chasing 186. The importance of knowing where your boundary balls are going to come from become heightened.
Yeah, I think his batting plan, he's got 2 out on the leg side, so anything with width outside off, he's got a free hit just to free the arms, as that tightens the angle there.
I do like having deep third inside the circle, having it as a short third. I just think you change almost in the batsman's mind or the batter's mind what they want to do, and think, oh, hang on, if I get one past there, and they may miss out on other opportunities.
Turns into a catching option too, yeah. that fly slip type option.
Especially when they're going hard. Sain turns this on the leg side and will just take the easy single. So 3 overs gone. I must say there's been a repetitive nature about it because 6 runs have come from each of 3 overs. 2 for 18. 186 is the magic number for the Shaheens. How can the Shaheens turn their innings around a little bit here? They've lost their opener and their skipper, their leading run scorer and their skipper, Dill. What do they think now? What do they talk about?
I think, we talk about that intent from ball one. We talked about the innings before with Northern Territory, and, I think they need to control what they can control, whether that's running between wickets, running the twos well. There's singles there, there's little pockets there, and then you do all the right stuff, then your boundary ball will come as Menzies continues.
It's in the air. It's not going to make it to Jason Sanger at mid-on. But then again, hit too hard, so they can't get a single either. A little bit of in-between times there.
Absolutely. Ball landed on the 30-yard circle, and he was outside the 30-yard circle. But good bowling there from Tom Menzies. But, yeah, Pakistan, they need to just control what they can control here. They're running between wickets. They can rotate the strike. And if it is in that their batting plan, whether Tom Menzies over pitches here or bowls it too short, then they can find their boundary ball through that option.
Hits it in the air, doesn't get a huge amount of it, but it's going to come down to the offside boundary, and that's going to go for 4.
Nice, good batting. There's that over pitch that we just talked about, and, hitting hands through the ball, hitting that straight back over the bowler's head. Beautiful cricket shot.
You talk about the ones that just come off the bat so cleanly and almost like a pure strike. It wasn't one of those. Didn't hit the absolute meat of the bat, but it still had that spring in its step that once it hit the ground, it actually accelerated away from the fielder.
Yeah, and it's such a good facility here, such a good ground. Look how beautiful it looks on camera. Green outfield, got the patterns on the ground as well.
It's gorgeous. That's hit again, not hit all that well. Just hitting quite high up on the bat at the moment. Is he just going after them a little bit, or is this Menzies' good bowling length?
A bit of both. It looks like he's trying to force it a little bit. Not playing that real free-flowing, good cricket shots. Looks like he's just trying to force it. But then Menzies has got that pace and bounce where he can pop up and hit the splice of the bat.
He's got a good mentor in Jason Sanger to have a chat to at mid-on as well. I really like that, having an experienced head next to the bowler. Well bowled. That is the pure Yorker length we talk about for T20 cricket. Well, they're all cricket.
Very well, Bob. You look at this over so far, there was a dot to start the over, and then there was that boundary ball that went over the top of the bowler's head where Tom just over pitched, and then he's got 2 more dots, so he's 4 of 4. he's pegged it back nicely. Yesterday scored a boundary, but there's been no other runs around that. So it's really good bowling here.
Runner ball doesn't get the Shaheens anywhere near where they need to be. And, quite obviously, both sides will know that.
So it's the last over of the power play. There's 2 balls left in this power play.
This one's turned on the leg side. It'll only be a single as it's fielded quite comfortably by Sam Elder. So 1 ball remaining in the power play. After the power play, NT Strike were 1 for 33, which was good if not overly spectacular. As it stands, Pakistan have got 6 off each of the first 3 overs and 5 off the 4th over.
Really important to close out here. NT can really tick the box in that power play if Tommy closes out well.
Tries to heave it to the leg side and they'll scamper through for a run. Shot at the stumps but nothing doing. We have had 4 overs of 6. It's 2 for 24 after 4.
Welcome to the waterfront. There are a million reasons to come. Where the water meets the land, a place to connect, enjoy and relax. Open every day, 7 seasons a year. Plan your next visit to Darwin's tropical resort today at waterfront.nt.gov.au.
That's the end of the power play. 4 overs gone, 2 for 24. Each of the first 4 overs going for 6 runs. NT Strike will be more than pleased with that effort, knowing that the required rate was far higher. Just started over 9s, and now it's up over 10. You're going to see a change of bowling. Josh Paraba's going to come into the attack and has taken plenty of wickets as well.
Absolutely, really good bowler. He's up here playing for Palmerston Cricket Club at the moment, but yeah, he'll back himself just to hit that line of length. So he's come out of the power play now, so he's allowed 5 fielders out. So he's gone the 3 out on the offside and 2 out on the leg side with your box in between. Got your short cover and short mid-wicket in there as well with point. So there's a dot ball there if he wants to take it as well, does Barbara.
Well bowled and well followed up. It's the stumps. The umpire says not out. But again, just shows that intent from the bowling side and the fielding side that they're up and about and up for the challenge.
Yeah, and, you know, runs on the board in a final, you know, you get 2 wickets early in the power play. The momentum's all yours, you know, from a fielding side of thing, get the ball in clean, pick it up, throw it into the stumps, hit the stumps, get a direct hit there. You know, in these scenarios, you might take a half chance, take an absolute blinder of a catch or create a run-out chance. Good energy here from NT.
They know they've just got to keep the pressure on for an hour and a half and the title's theirs. That's what can happen with runs on the board. Beats the outside edge. I should say 80 minutes, not an hour and a half. Going to be set and ready to go after 76 to bowl that final over.
Absolutely, you do.
Well, 76 asterisk. There's allowances. These are all the little nuances of umpiring and officialdom that you need to know, Dill.
Absolutely. I like this proactive moving. Got 2 dot balls. Now your boxmen are sort of sitting on the ring now.
You know they're going to come hard. And this one's hit into the offside. In fact, funnily enough, hit too hard to even get a single. It's just finding that middle ground. If you're not hitting a boundary, don't be hitting it hard to fielders because there's no chance of a run there.
Oh, there's nothing better than a nice, you know, we saw Jack Wood do it so much. You know, he'll get that boundary ball, but then the next ball will be a really good delivery, good length, good line, and he just drops it in for a single. And good proactive fielding here from NT. Third man comes up. That short box mid-wicket now drops back to the boundary. So closes out that boundary ball now for Pakistan.
That's exactly where it's hit with a bit of freedom of no one inside the circle. But again, just the one. And they are just falling behind a little too far for my liking in a chase. Anything can happen, of course. And the right-hand, left-hand combination hopefully adds something to this innings. But at the moment, It's all NT strike. Big job for Shamil Hussain.
See Jack Wood bring up his 100 there with that shot out of nowhere.
It's down leg side and have to get re-bowled.
Is that the first extra for the innings? I was just about to say he bowled so well in the lead-up. Has Josh Barbara. He's got 3 dots to start with, then a single, and just getting that one down the leg side for a wide.
The music's flowing. The crowd's up and about. Tries for the late cut and well fielded. Puts the hand out. He's doing everything at the moment. Then chucks it over the head of the keeper, and they're going to come back for another. A little disappointing from Menzies. Just gets a little look of concern from his teammate, Josh Barbara, but nothing too bad there. Good awareness from Pakistan to at least come back for the second.
No, that's very good. It's probably their first 2 for the innings as well.
Last ball of the 5th over. If they're going to keep the pattern going, they need 2 off this delivery. They're going to get 4, because that's going to fly down to the deep third boundary. It's a little wider, a little fuller. Certainly threw the hands at it, did Shamil Hussain, and he gets a boundary, 2 for 32 after 5.
Nice, good batting there from Pakistan, just getting that width. Batters love width. You know, that free-flowing width outside the off stump there.
And there's an element of luck that goes with it as well. You know, there's 2 fielders behind point on the offside and could have easily gone to hand. But you've got to chance your arm here. When 186 required, you need to get going. And it's not going to get any easier for the Shaheens as the tournament's leading wicket taker comes on to bowl. Hamish Martin, who's shown some beautiful control. He's controlled his pace really well as well.
Yeah, I love that with his left arm orthodox. You know, not a massive turner of the ball, maybe compared to Pakistan, but on this wicket, the way he changes his pace, pace on, pace off, never bowls the same ball 2 times in a row in T20 cricket.
And even when he gets hit, he comes back the next ball and keeps his head right up. 2 for 32 from 5. They're going to come through for a quick single, and that's probably not how you're going to get a run out. Jack Wood probably thinking he can get away with whatever he wants at the moment.
Looks sore.
Does look a little on the tired side.
Well deserved, making 100. He batted out there for the whole 20 overs, opened the batting.
There's no respite in cricket, is there? You do your job for your team, and then they need you to keep doing your job.
Yep, absolutely. Good fitness level shown here from Jack Wood.
So Martin's going to come over the wicket to the left-handed Hussain. Just a little mark on the ground where the side screen needs to be. They're going to have to attack some of their bowlers here. Will Martin be the one they go for? And on this occasion, punch out to the leg side. They've run the first one hard, but fumble means they're going to come back for 2. Oh, they're down the same end. It's going to be a run out. Was sent back. Oh, it's been a horrible mix-up. And a wicket falls. The NT Strike supporters are more than happy. The Shaheen supporters, the Pakistan members of the crowd, have no idea what to feel because they've just seen a run out. That is the last thing they needed. And Riaz is gone for 4. It's 3 for 33. Calamitous.
Wow. Probably taking that defensive, negative type mindset there from Pakistan. You know, they ran the first one hard, as you should, and there was a slight misfield in the deep, and he's called himself through and ran. They're both at the same end saying g'day. Tried to sneak in and get himself into the crease, but he's been dismissed. They're 3 wickets down now.
It's a horrible mix-up. We talk of everything that's changed in the game, and I must say one thing that's gone out the window is the don't run on a misfield. However, the communication is the important part.
Absolutely. It's the old don't run on a misfield in the circle. but then come back for your second outside on the boundary.
Which is exactly what that was. And Riaz was running to the danger end where the ball was going to go. The throw to the keeper's end would have been far too far to cause any consternation. Riaz is gone. Oh my goodness, 3 for 33. The last thing the Shaheens needed, and huge cheer from the strike. The Territorians getting behind their team. Bit of silence from the Pakistani supporters. An edge, and this time there's a quick single. It's Mohammad Irfan Khan, who's been fantastic in the field, but hasn't got away with the bat.
He'll get going. Just keep doing the basics well. He's a good cricketer. He's here for a reason.
So now, what can Hussain do? It goes hard, and it's good running from Irfan Khan. Michael Kudra, of course, trying to take that with a batter swinging their blade in your face. It's never easy as a keeper. They show true amounts of courage. Plenty of work to be done on the side screen as well as Martin steps across to go around the wicket. 3 for 35 now.
Oh, it's gone through.
That is a missed stumping opportunity. Unfortunately for Kudra, the skipper and the keeper, he's absolutely blindsided there. And I say it's a stumping opportunity. He's actually got a bat on it, which has made it very tough. That's what the umpires said. It's hard enough when there's no bat on it.
Little inside edge there.
Yeah, inside edge. Don't want to be too harsh on the keepers.
Nah, not a chance.
They've got a tough job as it is. Don't need someone in the stands making it easier than it actually is.
Well bowled, good chalking. Great finish there from Martin. He gets a wicket inside that over. Pakistan are 3 wickets down for 40 runs after 6 overs.
Pramapal coming on for NT strike from the Darwin International Airport end. There's just a mild case of everyone being a bit subdued in the Pakistan camp at the moment. And that's an edge into the gloves, and it's come out. I'll tell you what, Michael Kudra's had plenty of work to do. It's going to be a single.
It's a lot happening.
There's plenty happening. Mohammad Irfan Khan. As I said, maybe that's a bit of lucky needs. Hasn't had a huge amount of it. Thought there hasn't been a huge amount of. Moving the side screen. Players going over and around the wicket, and Irfan Khan shortly be told, can you just pop over to the other side, please, mate, because Pramapal's going to go around the wicket. I was going to get there eventually. It's in the air. It's going to be safe down to long off. It'll just be a single. And it's not the singles that are going to worry the NT strike or allay any fears for Shaheens.
Nah, singles are good at this stage for NT strike. You can see, with their field, it's very, it's a very traditional field now, T20 field. You got 2 points, you got your short cover in there, you got 45. You're letting them hit a single into the leg side if they want to. They've got some good fielders in the hot spots there. They don't have to force anything here, does NT. Just letting Pakistan make the mistake as he hits that to backward point for a dot ball.
They're all up and about too, the strike. You can feel it, you can hear the chatter amongst them. Each and every ball, they want to be involved. This one's turned on the onside, and 2-2-2 is the call, but they're in quickly. And a strong arm, may have dropped one earlier, but still very, very good in the field is Edmondson, and Cuts that to 1.
He also got that run out after a fumble as well. But that's good there. Still running at the ball, pick it up clean, throw it into the stumps. That's what you want. That's what you need from your fielders out in the deep.
In the air and out to the vacant deep cover region. Plenty of work to be done. Doesn't fumble this at all. Clean in the hands. And that rocket arm we were talking about. Good fielding. That is the end of the 8th over. 3 for 46. Yet another over with just 6 from it at the same stage. That was the over. The 8th over. Sorry, that's the 7th over. 1 for 52 NT strike work. So they're comparative with runs. A couple of extra wickets. The problem is, the 8th over I was about to speak of, 22 runs came from it. That's when
that big one.
Jack Wood said to Fazal Akram, I'm going to take you on, and take him on he did.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we see Jack Wood warming up to bowl here from the TIO Stadium end here in Darwin.
Now, he bowls what's referred to, or colloquially referred to as Chinamans, the left arm wrist spins. Well, the 8th over, he took a majority of that. He took 21 of those 22 runs. Could be known as the Jack Wood over from here on in if he does anything with the ball. Oh, well, why wouldn't you throw the ball to him? He's done everything else today. Aside from the fact he's probably pretty tired. It's 30 degrees and he's been running around smashing them everywhere for a whole innings. Just drags that down a touch. And they're going to look for 2, and they're going to get back for 2. Not sure that was necessarily always the intent, but it actually was quite a good thing for the Shaheens to get away with. 3 for 48. So the runs are a concern. The 3 for is a concern as well.
Good start here from Jack Wood with the ball. Saw him whack him for the last hour and a half with the bat.
Did he what?
Oh, nice.
A lot of backing up too. And it's what you have to do when all of a sudden you're behind the 8 ball. You need to try and find runs each and every way you can. Another 138 still required. And that's well bowled as well.
How good's this from Jack Wood, getting 100 in the first innings, now taking the ball, bowling his leg spin. 1 run coming, or 2 runs, sorry, coming from it so far. From his first 4 delivery, and a good fielder as well.
And the big appeal was just a moment where maybe that back toe, the back heel may have come up. Kudra more than happy to take them off and ask the question.
Hear a lot of people talk about T20 players and they need to be, 2.5 at something, either like really good with the bat, really good with the ball, but most important, they have to be really good in the field. So Jack Wood's ticking all them at the moment.
This is just played out into the offside and will be just a single, a really good over, just the 3 from it. We are 8 overs in. Pakistan A, a 3 for 49.
We all seek different in our own ways because different reflects who you are, who you want to be. And nowhere lets you be who you are and find what you seek like the Northern Territory. So if you seek different, this is the holiday for you. The Northern Territory. Different in every sense.
Well, Tears for Fears just playing around DXC Arena. Everyone wants to rule the world at the moment. It's the NT Strike that are ruling the final of the CDU Top End Series. Josh Khan, who missed out with the bat, has now got a chance with the ball. He's a big fella. No doubt he'll hustle and bustle and try and blow the house down of Muhammad Irfan Khan, who's on strike. Hasn't got away in this CDU Top End Series, and really, if ever there's a time that you need one of your more experienced batters to take it to the opposition, it's now. An effort ball from Khan, just pushed down to long on for 1.
Oof, just to get down the other end there from Khan to start his bowling spell.
When you're that tall and have that broader shoulders, you can't be bowling medium pace. I get this. You've got to be running in. Jason Holder's the only exception to that. How a 7-foot West Indian can bowl 120 still baffles me. And without even watching, the Shaheens support crew have just pulled the side screen around. There we go. We're in place now. He's going to stay over the wicket, much to the dismay of the boys who thought they were getting ahead of the game. Smash down the ground. There's protection, of course. At long on. I love having the long on and long off back when the batters are in. I like them up when the batters are new. I like them back when the batters are settled.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just good cricket. It was a nice little slow ball there from Josh Khan for his second ball of the spell. Just to, close out, really. He's got third man and fine leg up. He's pretty much got that spinner's field. Everyone pretty much in front of the wicket. Good bowling, good execution so far here from Khan.
Tries to glide it past that short third. It was going to be an attempt at the stumps there from Simons, then realised there was no one really backing up and no real chance of a wicket. More importantly, I think you can be forgiven if you're a chance to get a wicket that you can pick it at the stumps. I've seen a lot of the balls just flying around, zinging around. The umpires also warned the captains and keepers at the start to say, just keep the ball up. We're not having any of this scuffing it up and roughing it up as we go. It's off the edge. Can it be caught? It should be caught. It is caught. Well done, Hamish Martin. He's taken more wickets than anyone else, and now he's taken a catch. Josh Khan, he may have missed out with the bat, but he's not going to miss out with the ball.
Very well bowled. He got 5 fielders out straight away. He's got single, then a wicket. Very well bowled. Rolled his pace on, if not all of them. Knowing that is a really good batting wicket out there, and it is quite true for him, instead of saying pace on, just to keep changing it up. A few variations, few slow balls.
The Shaheens are now going to run a ball 4 for 52 as we watch Hussain try and really take that to the cleaners, but all he got was the outside edge. Well bowled from Josh Khan. Well taken from Martin. And it leaves a lot of work to be done. They're going to run a ball and they need it to be going at 9.5. And now there's a huge amount to do. 134 still to get as Arafat Ahmed Minhas comes in. He's done it with the ball. Can he do it with the bat, Dill?
Hopefully. Hopefully he can, and, great opportunity to do so. Still plenty of time. He can give himself a couple of balls, and then, he can start to elevate accordingly. They've still got the power surge up their sleeve, which they can take that after the 10th over.
I was talking about the subdued pallor that's come over the Pakistan supporters, even more so now. Full, straight, it's that Yorker length which is so hard to get away anywhere. The wide Yorker, underrated delivery in T20 cricket.
Absolutely, very well bowled again. How good from your quick bowler just to come on in the 9th over and just execute from ball 1.
Hasn't given them anything to hit at the moment, especially not when you're just a new batter to the crease. They've got some work to do. Can't even get that away for a single. Just throws it back and says, I'll take 3 off that. 4 for 52 off 9. The same stage, NT Striker were 1 for 81. As a batting unit, Dill, what would you be saying amongst the batters, knowing that 4 wickets have already gone and 134 remains to be made off 66 deliveries?
We know in these international teams they bat so deep. So yes, losing wickets isn't great, especially early, but there's still some quality players in and around this team, and you can still, it's a long way off, but you can still almost back them in. But NT are bowling well, but from a batting side of things, we said it earlier, just control what they can control. Running between wickets, start to get momentum going back their way, put a little bit of pressure on the fielders, get a fumble, run a 2. Put pressure back on the bowler. Don't let the bowler just bowl, as Khan did in that over as Hamish Martin continues. And dot ball to short cover there to Jack Wood. See, that back end of that over where, Josh Khan was allowed to just bowl it and get away with it. There was no real intent to score. As he hits it, ball before, just hits it to short cover, and then tries to overhit that one for another dot. So we're going 4 dots in a row, plus a wicket.
Yeah, they've stagnated here. We talk about circuit breakers, and sometimes that is the power surge. Maybe they need to take it early and just change something here, the Shaheens. Comes down the wicket again, but it'll only be one. Really well bowled from Martin. Really impressed with how he changes his pace so subtly and yet so well.
Really good. You know, with that short cover there, you know, if I look back at the first ball at this over, you got a short cover there. You got a big gap on either side. He should be able to hit that either side for a single. Then got another dot ball, and now it's 1 off 3.
And the new batter's on strike, and all the pressure goes on Arafat Ahmed Minas. The umpire just telling Sam Elder off for throwing it back to the keeper on the bounce. Because, of course, no other player's ever done that in the history of T20.
Long throw.
Or cricket.
80-metre throw.
Did give the fake apology, which we do see quite a bit from the outfielders. And that one is hit beautifully through cover, but once again, there's protection. It's a brilliant combination of field placings and bowling to your field. Chicken and egg, perhaps, but you can't do tactically what you can't do technically, and if they get it right, all of their plans are in place.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is such good cricket. NT are pretty much playing 100% of good cricket,
That's what
which
they
is
want
so rare in a T20 game.
Well, they're playing the game that they want. And that's, have as many plans as you like, but they're doing it beautifully here. Slows it right down. Run the first one relatively quickly, but not in a real hustle.
Pulls the pin on that, did Martin.
Had a parachute on it.
But, you know, noticing here live, we've got such a good view here in the commentary box that, you know, some of these fielders are actually sitting 5-10 metres inside the rope, so they can only give them 1. They can't get the 2.
I don't know what that was, but it wasn't great. It's gone out to mid-wicket boundary, and it's going to be 4. Good shot.
Probably deserved 4.
It absolutely deserved at least 4, and it got exactly what it deserved. We're halfway through the allotted 20 overs. Pakistan in a little bit of trouble at 4 for 59.
At Charles Darwin University, you can fit learning around your lifestyle and invest in yourself to improve the lives of others. We embrace your flexible ways of learning because that's what makes us a connected university.
Big thanks to our friends from Charles Darwin University, naming rights partner here of the CDU Top End Series. Down the ground, and again it'll be 126 off 59. It's the best part of 13 and over required. So it is quite literally more than 2 a ball.
Yeah, it's not the scenario Pakistan want here. But, you know, from an NT side of things, NT strike team, you know, once that run rate goes over 10 and you bowl a good couple overs in a T20 game, that required run rate just keeps going up and up and up.
Going to need a big over. You just can't see where it's going to come from at the moment. For the Shaheens, we know they've won some big tournaments. They won the Asian Emerging Cup over India A, scored well over 300 in that 50-over tournament. But they need some of that spirit in this innings, because at the moment it is meandering along with 125 still to win. It's a lovely shot through cover, but once again there's protection there, and once again there's only 1. What do they need to do? We speak about this often as the game changes so quickly, but Shaheens just haven't changed a lot yet, and I know that they've lost wickets consistently throughout this innings. If they had someone who could come in and hit 80 off 30, well, they would already be in. That's in the air, down to long on. He's run the first one hard here. He's going to come back for a second. Well fielded. Cut it off when it was racing towards the boundary. But again, it's only 2, and again, it's not enough.
Jason saying great fielding out there at long off. great fielding standard. Yes, you got runs on the board, and you probably got enough runs on the board in this scenario of the game, but for a fielding group to keep their standard as they are, very impressive.
So the left-handed Minas. He comes across the cover again. Protection on the offside inside the circle. So he turns it with his wrists around to backward square. And again, there's only one. Pace taken off, I would have thought, from Khan there. Not giving them anything to hit.
Well bowled, well bowled. Khan not bowling the same delivery twice, changing it up, not being predictable. He's got his five fielders out. Happy to go for singles. Went for a 2 just before. But getting a wicket earlier in his first over.
He turns the other way from most bowlers at the top of his mark. It's hit. Down to long off. Won't make it get a distance and will just be another single. Another good over though. Pakistan have faced 66 deliveries. They've got 66 runs, which is about 30 shy of where they need to be. 4 for 66 after 11. Minas is on 9. Irfan Khan on 18. They're trying to build a little partnership here. They've put on 14 between them. But they need a further 120 from 54.
Wow, the numbers seem big, don't they?
They seem insurmountable from a Shaheens point of view. A runner-ball partnership of 14 for the 5th wicket. I mean, you need to be out there, I get that. But with 120 still required, something's going to have to change. There's a bowling change, if nothing else. Paramount Bowl's going to come on for NT Strike. He's made runs, he's taken wickets. He's a good cricketer.
Absolutely great cricketer. Good in the field. Full all-round cricketer is Paramapal.
And this is hit hard. Backward of points. So they run the first one hard because the sweeper's got some work to do. Gets it in quickly. A good throw. Could have seen some dramas. In fact, it was anything but a good throw. And they come back for a 3rd and a 4th. Kucha trying to get it. In fact, it's gone to the boundary. And that's going to be 6. He's going to look at the umpire. It's signing. I think that's...
The wicketkeeper's just chased that down.
He's trying to chase it down anyways, but it's gone all the way to the boundary. Has it come off a bat? Has it come off a batter? Either way, there's not a lot that can happen here.
Definitely wait for the replay on this one.
They're certainly getting some advice from the NT Strike, and it's going to be 6. Now, there's not a lot you can do when it comes off the batter and goes to the boundary, and Ben Stokes can tell you all about that. The actual
you can win a
running,
World Cup doing that.
The actual running after it's done, well, that's the one that's sort of been questioned by a few of the NT Strike fielders. They can question all they like. It's 6.
So they completed the 2 as the ball was thrown in. Completed the 2, and then we'll get a replay here.
Well, this is what I was trying to explain to my good friend Miles yesterday. A 6 isn't a maximum because if they'd already run 3, that would have been 7, and that's more than 6.
Sort of missed on the replay there. What happened?
Just hits the batter and off it goes. He's had a dive though. Because of that dive, he's actually hurt himself and winded himself a little bit.
I would love to go back to the replay where it's just of the wicket keeper here and see where it hits, where it's a batter, it hits a stump, or not sure what it does change the line of the ball. But then there's still enough pace on it to go for 4 and hit the rope. So 6 runs, they completed the 2 runs in that, and then the ball hitting the boundary. We got a great video footage here as gets thrown in and it's hit. Not sure. Either way, it's gone through the fielders and it's hit the boundary rope. +2. That's 6.
Well, we did say we needed something to happen for the Shaheens to stay in this game. All of a sudden they're 6 off 1. Can that be it? This time hits it very firmly but straight to one of the 2 fielders who are guarding that point and backward point region. Comes down, hits it in the air, that's going to be out. That's going to be out. They're pretty happy with it too, the NT Strike lads. The wicket goes. They had to do something, of course, but that something wasn't the right thing on that occasion. 5 for 72.
Smart bowling there from Pramapal. Got a very traditional field. Got his 2 points. Got 3 out on the leg side where that ball was meant to be hit. Got the edge, caught it back with point. But just goes to the point where they're just bowling good balls, and, you know, they're letting Pakistan make the mistake, as we see the replay here of the dismissal.
Yeah, you can see the boys in the infield who had a bit of a chat with Mahmood Irfan Khan about why he ran when it came off him. And they were quite happy to let him know that he'll be running no more. 5 for 72, he's gone for 24. And that just further applies pressure to the Shaheen batters who are coming in. It's amazing how the cricketing gods smile on different players at different times.
Create your own luck.
You have mentioned this more than once. Jack Wood may or may not agree with you. He doesn't care. He made 101 not out of 59. Has one hand on the trophy and one hand on the medal of player of the match, player of the final. It's going to be very difficult to displace him, I would have thought.
Absolutely, and getting player of the final in the men's strike league just last Friday as well. Like, he's in some serious form. Such a good player. Was in and around the Big Bash a couple of years ago for Brisbane Heat.
So they're on the radar if he keeps hitting them like this. As we see, Sajid Ali, who opened the bowling, actually bowled quite well. Probably bowled well without luck, which I know you say quite a bit about bowlers that don't have figures that seem all that attractive, but he did bowl well.
It's definitely a batter's game, isn't it?
As it should be. And then they go, they take off a quick single. You don't win matches by taking more wickets. 5 for 73 with 1 ball remaining in the 12th over.
Tell you what, they've had the same field for the last 8 overs. Just having 5 out, bowling really good balls. You got your short cover in there to get a dot ball if you need.
We always say it's a simple game, overcomplicated. They've kept it very simple today. Much onto the leg side, and we'll take just a single. So we are 12 overs in to the Pakistan A chase. 5 for 74. For 74 after 12 overs, still a further 112 required from 48 deliveries. Maths tells you it's 14 and over. Anyone can tell you it's a lot. Time for the power surge here. We talk about it sometimes being a circuit breaker. Even if they get 28 off it, that's only the required rate. But you've got to try something, so I don't mind it. And it's going to be Arafat Ahmed Minas. He's going to be facing young Tom Menzies, who bowled well. 12 from his 2 overs at the top. Tries to hit the absolute cover off the Duke and ends up cue balling it to mid-off.
Nice. We see the power surges, you know, that can either go one or two ways. It can either be, you know, really good from a batting side of things, and we saw Jack Wood play really well. He was batting with Pramapal. They got off to a good one. They were at, 20 off that surge. But then you can see it go the other way. You can actually lose wickets. I've seen before lose 2, 3, sometimes even 4 wickets inside the power surge just because they're losing their shape.
This is hit with some good force out to deep mid-wicket. A slight fumble. Want to come back for 2, but can't or don't or won't. Either way, it's only 1. And you do see a lot of teams when they're cruising in the chase, they simply just don't take the power surge for that reason. Why would you take it and change up something that's already working? Melbourne Stars Academy, a really good example of that yesterday against the Renegades Academy. This is the complete opposite of that. This is when you need something to change, want something to change. You can't just manifest it. You've actually got to go out there and do it. Slower ball. Just patted into the offside. It'll just be a single. That's Hamish Martin fielding it backward point. Unless the ball's reaching the boundary, NT Strike are happy just to keep this going how it's going. And they have not done a lot wrong since winning the toss.
No, not at all. Not at all.
4 for 185. It's an imposing total on any ground in any conditions, but in a final on a big ground, it's a lot. Short, and that one's hit. But is it hit well enough? It is! It goes over the head for 6. That's brought the Shaheens supporters to life. Fair to say, they need a few more of those.
Couple more, that's what the power surge is for. Start to swing some momentum back towards Pakistan here. Get one boundary, get two.
When his first hit, I was a bit worried. It went straight to where one of two fielders were out. However, hit it well enough, got enough of it, and went over the mid-wicket boundary for 6.
Short of a length there was Tom Menzies. Not short enough towards the head, towards the shoulder. Just in that hitting arc was Menzies.
Backs away, hits this, and that's caught. Dropped. So we said they haven't done anything wrong. And since that point, there's been a 6 and a drop catch. Nothing like the commentator's curse to get the other side into it.
Commentator's curse. You said you were talking about his fielding when Kobe was batting. He's unfortunately dropped 2.
Both hit very firmly. Just the little asterisk that goes with it.
5 for 82, chasing 180. That's okay.
Not for Tom Menzies. Slow ball. That one's hit. That one's hit a mile. Oh, that's QF413. That's a beauty. Into the Darwin airspace. 2 6s off the over. This is what they needed to do. Good shot.
So you see a replay. Tommy just taking the pace off it. Great shapes out the back of the hand. Beautiful swing of the bat. And that's 6.
It was a clean hit. What it does show us is that Ahmed Minas can really hit a long, long ball when required. I dare not say it, but will that drop chance just hurt the striker a little bit? You win by 1, you win by 100. You don't really care, but you'd much rather see the back of batters that can clear the rope at will. And it's going to be Param Uppal to bowl the second of these power surge overs. He's batted well all tournament, bowled well all tournament. He's fielded well too, as you mentioned earlier too, Dill. So the 2 fielders out of deep mid-wicket and long on. Struck in the pad. Big appeal. Dot ball, almost as important as the wicket itself. Was the pleading LBW appeal.
So Param Uppal bowling 3 overs in a row from this end. Just happened to be in a power surge this over.
This one is heaved away to the leg side.
So it would have been a good situation for Pakistan if they had 2 set batters in at the crease. They faced 2 overs of him before, and now the 3rd over being a power surge with only 2 fielders out. But not the case.
Had to try something. They did get 14 from the first power surge over. That's the run rate we were talking about. That's the required rate. Unbelievably, you're going to be finding the boundary at least twice and over from here. The maths simply don't add up if you don't.
See some shoelaces getting done up here. 14 off it, and it was 2 6s and 2 singles.
So a long on and a deep mid-wicket, the 2 fielders out of the circle. 3 balls remaining of the power surge, and then...
Got a gun fielder in Jason Sanger at long on.
Did he write that down for you to say, because you're within earshot? Even the good shots aren't being rewarded at the moment. NT Strike comfortably in front in this game. They won't be totally satisfied until it's put to bed. This is hit to Sanger. And they're only going to get 1 Down the ground.
Would have been better if he took the catch in front of us.
Have seen it. It's an interesting spot to be commentating from when the fielders and the umpires, as Craigie pointed out to me the other day, can hear everything you're saying. Just while they're doing a great job. That's in the air. Singer can take the catch in front of us, but can't quite get there and then parries it for 4. That's the commentator's curse coming to life right in front of us. 14 overs gone, 5 for 94.
We all seek different in our own ways, and nowhere lets you be who you are and find what you seek like the Northern Territory. So if you seek different, this is the holiday for you.
So boundary to finish, 20 from the power play, 5 for 94. As we say, when the required rate is at 14, amazingly, 20 off a power surge isn't enough. It's going to be Jack Wood, the Centurion, the unbeaten Centurion from the first innings. The late cut won't beat Hamish Martin. No run. 92 required from 35 deliveries. Seems like a mountain too high. Full tosses will help. That's hit to the square leg boundary for 4. Good shot.
Good batting there, just over pitching. There was Jack Wood. First over only going for 3 runs and now getting hit for 4.
Gonna have to find the boundary on multiple occasions to stay in this game. So tries to sweep again. This time it will be cut off inside the rope. Again, just the one from the Shaheens, and they're the ones that NT Strike were turning into 2s. And each time they turned into 2, it seemed that Jack Wood stayed on strike. Tossed up, well bowled, well taken from Michael Kudra as well. Stayed low, stayed present, that was good.
Oh, that's good gloves. Wicket keepers can go unnoticed, especially in T20 game when it doesn't necessarily come through every ball, like a test match.
And there's so many variations you've got to be ready for as well. Not just the batter that's facing it, the keeper's involved every ball.
And normally the one that you do have to take as a wicket keeper is normally the toughest one. Yeah. It goes through bat and pad.
And that's going to bring up the 100 for the Shaheens. They're running this one hard. That's only gone to the circle, so that's how you get back for 2. And then an ordinary throw into Kudra there from Powell, which you won't be overly pleased with. 15 overs gone now, 5 for 101. Meaning that there's 85 required from 30 deliveries. They're going to need some very, very special batting for this to come to fruition for the Shaheens. If nothing else, the support has just livened up a little bit with the boundary being found.
Yes, the boundary ball was hit out towards the Pakistan fans. So the crowd was all up and about there, which is good. Great turnout here. Just over 450 turning up here to watch a great game of cricket between Pakistan A and NT Strike.
So the leading wicket taker from the competition, Hamish Martin, comes back into the attack. He has been taken for 15 from his 2 overs so far today. 5 overs remaining, 85 required from 30. It's a momentous task ahead of the Shaheens. But is there one last twist in the tail this week? The singer is very quickly off his mark here. The Sunnies go flying, but the concentration stays. Just the single. 5 for 102.
Nice. Well bowled there from Martin. Even better gloves there from Michael Kudra, the captain. Great bowling. He's in his third over. He's got none for 16, does Hamish Martin.
His control's so good, isn't it? Slows this right up.
Pull the pin.
That only just made it down the other end. It was that slow. So clever. But you know he's got another one in him.
Yep.
There's a different ball coming now. There it is, and almost Yorks himself.
Landing the Yorkers so well, just getting away from that step hit zone.
Just can't get in and under them at all,
Yep.
can they, the Pakistani batsmen? The batters here have got a big task in front of them. 2 balls remaining in this over. And that's saved through the offside. That's a beautiful cover drive, but once again, the field's been set perfectly. And another mix-up. Got to get back, and does. Just the one.
Great fielding at the deep was Parama Pal, cutting that 2 for a single and almost creating a little half run-out chance too.
But they were the ones that have been turned into 2s in the strike innings, and the difference is going to be, in the end, still requiring another 82 here. And that's in the air. It's going to fall safely. It's going out to the cover boundary. A huge chase out there for Josh Khan. He gets inside the boundary and throws it back. Another good over from Martin. It's the 16th finished. 5 for 106. Have a look at that support. Hundreds and hundreds of supporters that have come through the gate today to watch the final here at DXC Arena of the CDU Top End Men's Series. It's been a beauty all week. 6 teams, 16 games, 8 days played here at DXC Arena, across the way at TIO Stadium, and of course at Gardens Oval. All the facilities have been fantastic. All the teams have enjoyed it. None more so, funnily enough, than the home team, because they are right on top in the final. 4 overs remaining and still 80 required. You don't need to go to Charles Darwin University to work out that you need 20 and over just to stay in it. You could have worked that out, didn't you?
Yeah, a bit of math. Bit of math on a Sunday afternoon as we see Brody just pulling up there. Brody Simons to continue from the Darwin International Airport end.
It's been good, Brody Simons. He did go for an early boundary, but also got an early wicket. And then picked up another, knocked over the skipper with a beautiful straight delivery. That's a lovely shot also out to the sweeper on the offside boundary, but only for 1. It was going to take something special from one of the bowlers to probably wrestle the player of the final medallion off the unbeaten Centurion, Jack Wood. And from here, I can't see it happening. You could probably take the last 5, and I still don't think it's going to be taken off. Drawing the sunshine. And that's in the air. It's gone miles in the air. It should be caught, and it is. Safe as houses. The 6th wicket falls. And there's nothing wrong with Pakistan A trying to hit out. When you need 20 and over, there's no use pushing singles. But Brody Simons gets another wicket, 6 for 107.
He gets another wicket, but a great catch out in the deep there was Jason Sanger. He was fielded in front of us before.
He's gone a long way, hasn't he?
Absolutely. He's a great fielder. You see him in the Big Bash go hot spot to hot spot. As we see a replay here, Brody going around the wicket to the left-hand batter, rolling the fingers across it, bowling it short, getting it up above that shoulder, and the batter had no real swing arc there. So that's Parama Pal, fielding that. Either way, both good fielders.
There's been some great fielding from NT Strike. We speak about the little things, doing all the little things correctly. And the big things are making the runs, bowling well, executing plans. The little things are the backing up the throws into the keeper and the bowler, the creating half chances, the encouragement in the field, the getting to position and being ready to go, being 5 metres off the boundary rope to cut 2 to 1.
Yep.
It gives you 30 or 40 runs to play with. I mean, that's a huge amount in 20 overs.
And, talking about the little things as well, Jack Wood making 100, but you know, the probably stuff that goes unnoticed was his running between wickets when he did not hit the ball,
For the
him
others.
being at the non-striker. But his batting partnerships and him running twos, running threes for his teammates has been sensational. That probably goes unnoticed as well. But no, it's been a very good game here for NT Strike, winning the toss, electing to have a bat, and they've set the tone from then on in. And they didn't necessarily get off to a flyer either with the bat. They just assessed conditions early, and then, you know, if you have an opening batter or someone in the top four batting all the way through to the 20th over, you're normally in a good position as Brodie comes in to the new batter. Short.
Jumps up and sort of swats that away. Ali Asfand, who's unorthodox with ball in hand and somewhat unorthodox with bat in hand also.
Very good, well bowled there from Brodie. You had two left-handers, so he's going to stay around the wicket. Pace off has been a real theme here for the NT bowlers on a very good batting surface. Very good cricket wicket in general.
Oh, it's been a beauty to watch cricket on. And that's in the air. And that's going to fall safely. Didn't quite get enough on that. Didn't actually swing all that hard there, Arafat Ahmed Minas. He's still out there, though. He's a fighter. We know that. He does it with the ball. He gets called on in the tough overs. He bowls power play, power surge, death overs. He does it all. Now he's been asked to do it with the bat as well. He's 33 from 23, 6 for 109. And the last thing that NT Strike want to do is go through the motions. They want to finish this off in style with 20 balls remaining. Well taken once again from Kudros. Simons beats the bat of Ali Asfand. Almost on a hiding to nothing here. Try to glide that down to the vacant deep third region. Almost creating a wicket opportunity for Strike again. This time he tries to flick it over the keeper's head. The umpires actually called it a no ball.
He's already bowled two bumpers that over. So that one being the third. So that's a no ball now.
Here's one rule I'd love to see changed. 2 short ones to each batter in an over would be fantastic. Or 3 in total if you want to find. No more than 2 to a batter and 3 in total for the over. Just to keep it interesting. So a free hit. No one knows. Well, no one who's watching. And that's going to hit the stumps. Kudra hit the stumps when the batter was actually past the stumps, which means they're going to get another one. So they get 2. The bails are off at each end. They're buys. There's been a lot happening. People who weren't watching the ball before in the crowd have absolutely no idea what's happening.
There's a lot of people teapotting going, what is going on?
And at the end of it all doesn't really matter. They get a couple. And that's the end of the over. 6 for 112. We're 17 overs in. So if the last 3 overs, an improbable 74 required to win. There's been plenty of kids who've come in. There's been plenty of support for both teams. You've heard that through the cheering of both the runs being scored, mainly by Jack Wood, it must be said, and also the wickets falling for both sides. A couple of kids have just run on in front of the side screen. I don't reckon that's going to help the batters at all. A bit low to affect the eye line, but still. Don't want to see the hard ball get hit. Paramuppal's going to come on from the TIO Stadium end. Should get 2 here. Cody throws to the keeper, but even with Edmondson's arm, he can't stop 2.
Nice, good running.
Great to see the intent from the Shaheens all the way through here. Not stopping just because the game is almost over. Minas smashes that through cover. It's a really good shot, but there's protection out there as well. Going to come back for another 2. It's a long, long throw. So, 6 for 116. There's still plenty of cricket left here for the strike. Hits it beautifully out to deep mid-wicket, but the good fielding of Cody Edmondson cuts it off, and they'll come back for another 2. So plenty of 2s here. Not going to be enough to worry NT Strike. But it is at least putting some respectability on the scoreboard for Pakistan Shaheens. Swings and swings hard, but once again, there's protection at long off. There's Josh Khan. He made 12, but then bowled a couple of very tidy overs. Tell you what, no need to sit down if you're moving the side screen today, despite the fact that it has happened quite a bit.
Very often left-hand, right-hand combination at the crease.
Yeah, the over the wicket, round the wicket, and also not wanting to bowl the same ball
True.
too many times in a row.
Also the fact that left-handers can go and play their own game.
They usually do. They're a bit different. The reverse sweep, and that's a good shot. We said where they're going to find boundaries, and that is the one area that they can actually try and reach, and they do. 4 runs, well played. Ali Asfan, he does everything a little bit unconventionally, but that was a good shot.
Beautiful cricket shot and calculated too. Pramapal probably not the biggest turner of the ball, but he does have a lot of pace on it, so he can use that pace and get that behind square. So that's a very good cricket shot.
So 1 ball remaining in the 18th over here. It's done well. Was scored off every delivery here. Now goes a little rampy, which doesn't work. It was a flatty and a dot. 18 overs gone, 6 for 123 to remain. Six for 123. 2 overs remain here in the final. It has been all NT Strike. And you dare say, with 63 runs required to win from 2 overs, we are but a couple of deliveries away from it being impossible. It is nigh on impossible now. But as we like to say, with stats behind us, mathematically possible.
Hamish Martin to continue from the Darwin International Airport end, bowling so well. Hasn't got a wicket yet.
Yeah, he'd like a wicket for his own final figures. Get some hand on it. There won't be a run.
Pick the ball up, turn around and bowl again.
Left unorthodox seem to do that more than any other, I reckon. Darts this one in. Ahmed Minas hits it quickly down to long on. Ali Asfan was almost asking, well, why didn't we come back for a second there? But he'd already turned his back. It was all over. Now to the right-handed Ali Asfan. The side screen will move again. Almost could have predicted that was going to happen, but regardless, 10 balls remain. It's fair to say with 62 required to win, it's all over here. Slowly put down to the other side. Beautifully cut, though, to the offside boundary. And will be picked up just inside and will just be the 2. Not easy for the keeper. That is thrown right into the sunshine. Possibly the worst thing you can do to a keeper.
And then a half volley to go with it.
That's what Michael Kudra needs. Just someone to try and snap his finger in half after leading his team to victory for the last few matches here after taking over from Matt Hammond during the week. Full toss, and that's been hit down the ground. Going to run it hard again. But yet again, just a single. As we've seen so often in the Shaheens innings.
Nice, they're doing well. Good here from NT, bowling well, sticking to their guns.
So the Pakistan supporters are yelling out, "We want 6 runs." I'm sure that's what Arafat Ahmed Minhas would also like. It's not that easy, though, against Hamish Martin, the leading wicket taker. It's hit in the air. It's straight down the throat, but it's going to make it. It is. And takes it comfortably. It's a good catch and some polite applause. It was a good innings from Arafat Ahmed Minhas. And why wouldn't you try and hit a couple of sixes to finish? You can't win the game, but you can try and get a bigger score on the board. He's gone for a very well-made 41. But unfortunately for Pakistan, it's a little bit too late. 7 for 127.
Hamish Martin gets his first wicket for today in the final as well, as he pulls the pin out of that one. Gets some good flight in there and a great catch in the deep there from Josh Khan.
Slowed
Great
it right
catch.
down, didn't he?
So he gets his 13th wicket for the tournament so far, does Hamish Martin.
More than any other player. Had an average of 8.75 coming into today. That's fairly handy work. 12 wickets at 8.75. Especially when the skipper knows he can throw the ball to you and there's 4 overs taken care of at any stage throughout the innings.
Absolutely. Very good bowler, smart bowler, got great plans. You know, he's at the top of the mark and he knows what ball he's going to bowl every single ball, which is awesome. And knows what field he wants as well. So you can, you know, Michael Kudrin to go, here you go. Hamish Martin continues again.
Tries to heave this to the leg side. A big swing from Zamir. And that'll be the end of the penultimate over of the CDU Top End Series. 7 for 128. It is well and truly, as it has been for a while, all over here. Just the formalities to conclude what has been an amazing 16 games in 8 days. 6 teams have all played 5 games of cricket in absolutely perfect conditions. And what a place to finish with the sun going down beautifully here in the backdrop of DXC Arena. And it is going to be the last over to be bowled by Josh Barabo, who has bowled well. He's the second highest wicket taker for NT Strike over the course of the week and gets the opportunity to finish off here.
Absolutely, and what a tournament it's been. Like, get to finish here at DXC Arena here, the home at NT Cricket. Played over the road next door at TIO Stadium where there was an AFL game there not long ago. Played over at the Gardens as well, had the Mindle Markets on. Such a great venue, great facilities up here in Darwin. Where else would you rather be around Australia than here? Get to play cricket up here. You're not playing any cricket back home.
Not outside.
Down south, are you?
Not outside, you're not. Last over, 7 for 128. And it's a wide. The umpire with no sense of theatre, obviously not thirsty as the other players are.
It's not what you want coming into the last over. Re-bowl that. Have another 6, mate.
Could have been worse.
Start again.
I did immediately look at the square leg umpire to make sure his one arm was down because a free hit could see the ball flying. Mid on and mid off.
We'll start again. Last over.
Last over. Here we go. 7-1-29. Hits it. Hits it a long, long way in the air. It hasn't gone all that far, though. And funnily enough, will just be 2. Josh Barrett saying, just throw it along the ground if you can, please, because then I'll be able to see it.
So a bit of slow over rate here. They've only got the 4 fielders out.
And they're going to push long on out. And fine leg comes up. In other words, bowl it full and straight, please, Josh, is the captaincy's instructions. He's saying, don't go on the boundary. I'll get him here. I'll take a little bit of pace off, perhaps. It beats him outside off stump. It's well bowled. It's really well bowled. They've all done their job here. NT Strike. For the moment, Michael Kudra, the captain and keeper, won the toss, elected to bat first. Since then, it has been all NT Strike. 4 for 185, an unbeaten 100 to Jack Wood, bringing it up in sensational style with a 6 and 4 off the last 2 balls. 101 not out of 59. That's in the air. That's gone all the way down to the long off boundary. It's going to plug. Sanger will get there. The beautiful dive. Wonderful bit of athleticism and a big throw. I was hoping he was going to leave his glasses there for us to pick up afterwards, but way too savvy for that. And just the two. And then it couldn't have started much worse for the Shaheens. Irfan gone for 5. Nazir gone for 5, and from 2 for 12 during the power play. It was all NT strike. Short up, this is it in the air. It's going to land safely again in between two deep fielders. They'll take just the single as the ball's thrown in to the skipper. 7 for 134. Some entertaining shots being played here. Just a couple of balls remaining now. The rights have been read. It is all over and has been for quite some time. The crowd's still into it, of course, as they are. Ball's full and straight, and that's somehow beaten backward point, who was about 15 metres away and still managed to slip over. There is no way anything else was happening with that delivery. So, one ball remaining here. It's a great time as a cricketer when you know you've got a final wrapped up and you get to enjoy the last couple of moments out in the field with your teammates.
With 11 of your best mates out in the field with you.
Well, probably 10.
10,
I
true.
did say maths wasn't your greatest shade deal. But you've been very good all day and it's been great having you here. It's full and it's wide and it's smashed away to the boundary for 4, but it's all to no avail because it's all over. An NT strike win the CDU Top End Series.
Nice, great shot there to finish, but great victory there from NT Strike. Pakistan finished 7 wickets down for 139 runs on the board. NT Strike winning by 48 runs. "46 runs, sorry. As we just said, mass wasn't the strong point. Great way to finish does NT Strike. There's been a lot of cricket played up here. 5 weeks before this, we had the Men's Strike League up here, concluding last Friday at TIO Stadium. And now for the Top End Series. 6 teams up here, 5 games of cricket each from last Sunday through till today. So many games of cricket, some great cricket to be played. Hundreds to be scored. Wickets taken. What a great time and place to come down here to Darwin, where everywhere else in Australia is too wet to be playing cricket. As I said, Matty Hammond, the former captain of NT Strike, celebrating with his boys. He had a late injury today, but Michael Krudra took over and did a great job. Great vision there. Pakistan and NT Strike shaking hands after a great week of cricket. Got the crowd still here in the background. Hundreds and hundreds of people coming to watch this final on a Sunday afternoon. Great viewing. So NT Strike winning the toss, electing to bat first. They made 185 runs, 4 wickets down in their 20 overs. Josh Khan was the first to be dismissed. He made 12 off 12, hitting his 2 boundaries. Followed by Jason Sanger, making a positive 33 off 23 deliveries, including 3 massive sixes. And then Pramapal played his cameo role. He got 18 off 13 with Michael Kudra, 9 off 10 deliveries. And Kobe Anderson finished off really well with 7 off 4 deliveries. And not to mention Jack Wood getting a boundary off his last ball of the innings. He finishes with 101 of 59 deliveries. As we see all the players getting together for the presentation. So he made 101 of 59 deliveries, including 5 massive sixes and 8 fours, and he had a strike rate of 171. Not to add on Jack Wood, where he's gone a Darwin District T20 final where he got man of the match in that, followed by a man of the match performance in the men's strike league the day after. And then assuming that he's man of the match today with his 101 not out, getting his score. As we see the replay here, last ball, how Jack Wood brings up his 100, beats long on, and that was 4. So he got the NT strike to a massive score of 185 off the 20 overs. With some good bowling displays there as well. Spin was good. But now for Pakistan. And we're going to make our way over to Pete Laser for the presentations in the CDU Top End Series.
Thank you very much for joining us for our official presentation of the 2023 CDU Top End Series. Can you please show your appreciation for both of our grand final teams, for Pakistan A, the Shaheens, and of course our champions NT Strike. It has been a sensational week of cricket, and to speak a little bit about that on behalf of NT Cricket, it's my pleasure to welcome our CEO, Gav David, to say a few words.
Just trying to think where to start here. So much has gone into this couple of months by so many people who have made this week and all the cricket that's happened in the months preceding it happen. So I'm gonna thank a lot of people here. But firstly, just want to thank all the fans, all the spectators who turned up today. Amazing. Created a great atmosphere for the players, for the teams, and I think everyone who enjoyed a wonderful afternoon here at DXC Arena. Special shout out to everyone from the local Darwin cricket community who turned up and supported, not only throughout the week, but today in particular, to see all the club shirts and people representing who they play for every weekend was fantastic, and really grateful that you guys got behind it. To everyone from the Pakistan community here in Darwin, amazing. Your passion, your love for the game, the voice, the colour, the energy, the enthusiasm that you bring to cricket is just phenomenal, and really grateful for how you've supported the Shaheens throughout the week, and you've helped make it a fantastic event. So very grateful. Hopefully we can get these guys back again and get you to more and more cricket here in Darwin. So thank you very, very much. Events like this don't happen without incredible support from our partners, and really grateful to CDU, Charles Darwin University. They've been a partner for a couple of years. Hilary Winchester, Simon Mathias here from CDU. Thank you very much for everything you've invested in us to make 365 happen. So thank you very much. Also, Tony Edmonston, Airport Development Group. Tony has been at all our events through the dry season. He's probably sick of me calling him out and thanking him, but Tony shares a big vision for the territory, which aligns with what we're trying to do with cricket. So Tony, again, thank you very much for all your support for 365. Want to shout out to the match officials, Rob Stewart, John Ganane, Mark White, Catherine White, Donna's fantastic effort again. You're a big part of how we can make cricket happen in the territory. So thank you very much again for your efforts today. Big shout out to the NT Strike team. Incredible effort. Awesome to see some of the territory's best young players compete and perform so exceptionally well through the week. That's why this tournament exists, and absolutely pumped that we had some great interstate talent that was proud to represent the territory. Fantastic. Really appreciate you guys coming up every year and playing here and representing the territory with pride. So thank you very much for your efforts. And want to make a huge shout out to the Pakistan Shaheens. We see it today, but anyone that's spent time with people from the Pakistan community, you feel their warmth, you feel their hospitality, and you only spend 5 minutes with them and you feel like family. I got the pleasure of sitting on the hill, eating some of the local cuisine, drinking pink tea, amazing. And I've had the pleasure of being hosted by the PCB over 10 years, and their hospitality is always second to none. So for me personally, it was incredibly humbling, and I was honoured that you guys decided to come out and compete here in the top end T20 series. You took a punt, you took a risk. You probably didn't know where Darwin was on the map, but you do now. It's an incredible place, and it's been really fantastic to see you enjoy your cricket here. I know you've got 250 over games to come, but on behalf of everyone from the Darwin and Northern Territory cricket community, just want to say a very warm and sincere thank you for being part of it. I'm sure there's someone I'll miss, but I just would like everyone, just for a moment, to recognise the incredible efforts of our staff. Amazing group of people. Anyone who's worked in sport knows that you do it purely for the passion. And this group of people have gone above and beyond, paid a huge price, personally, their families, huge commitment, sacrifice, just to work pretty much 7 days a week for about 3 months, all because we sat around a room in there 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and decided how hard can we push, how big can we make it, and we decided let's shoot for the moon and try and make the biggest and best Cricket 365 that we could. Take risks, push boundaries, get out of our comfort zone and not be afraid to fail. And for a team of about 10 people, we've probably delivered what probably should be done by a group of 30. So for every one of the incredible staff that work here at NT Cricket, for everything that you've done to make this an amazing event, it is an absolute privilege and honour for me to lead and work with you guys. And so if everyone could just give them a huge round of applause, it'd be great. That's it. Enough from me. Thank you very much. Back to you, Pete.
Could please put your hands together for Gav, who's led this team so well through a huge dry season. Well done, Gav. If you could stick with us though, Gav, because we do have a few presentations after what has been an amazing week of cricket. We'd like to firstly go with a couple of our top performers over the course of the week. Our highest run scorer was Melbourne Stars captain Sam Harper. Unfortunately, as is the nature with cricket, Sam's actually on a plane overseas for his next cricketing assignment, so we'll make sure that Sam receives his gift. Our highest wicket taker for the series is indeed with us because he played today 12 wickets at an average of 8.75. Our leading wicket taker from NT Strike is Hamish Martin. It's 2023, nothing happens without a photo, Hamish. Hasn't happened if we don't. Well done. And a great season, a great series and a great game today as well. Speaking of today's final, every year we have a Player of the Final award, and this will come as a huge surprise to the crowd here that the player of the final for the CDU Top End Series with an unbeaten 101 of 59 deliveries from NT Strike is Jack Wood. Not a stranger to these type of awards, not even this year, not even this month. Well done to you, Jack, and wonderful innings, kept the crowd entertained. It was a fantastic knock. Of course, we don't have a game without our wonderful match officials as well. And if I could call forward, please, our umpires are out in the middle today, Rob Stewart and John Ganane, and Mark Donfeld could join us as well for all the work that we've done. Fantastic work for our umpires. Can we also call on our wonderful scorers? They make sure that everything's absolutely in line. A big round of applause, please, for their commitment and expertise to Mark and Catherine Whites. They do a mountain of work. It's great to have all of our wonderful officials involved. So umpires and match officials, one more big round of applause, please, as we say a huge thank you to them. Of course, there can only be one winning team, and we know today was a dominant performance. However, I think you'll find that during the week they got better and better, and Gav's already spoken a few words of our wonderful friends from Pakistan. The Shaheens who have come over and have played not only in the right spirit, but have played some amazing cricket. And so to speak on behalf of our runners-up, would you please welcome the captain of the Shaheens, Rahul Nazir.
You ask any question? First of all, congratulations to the Northern team who played really very good cricket from first game we see and also the final, so they deserve that win. And the other thing, the crowd of Pakistan, which every game they support us, so thank you so much for everything and for thank you so much for your support for our team. And and last thing, that congratulations. Thank you.
Stay here for 1 second. Rahul, just stay here for 1 second. I'll ask the coach to come and join you also for a very special presentation, and I'll make sure Gav, who is trying to walk away and probably do some more work, if you can come over here on behalf of the Pakistan Shaheens, they'd like to present you with a shirt to say thank you for all the work that you and your team do. Thank you, Rahul. Well done. Thank you so much. Great to have you here. Thank you again to our Shaheens for joining us here, and good luck next week. I know there's still plenty of cricket, and I know that a lot of the names that we see here, we're going to see a lot more in the future as well. One more big round of applause, please, for our runners-up, the Pakistan A, the Shaheens. What a team. A wonderful group of young men, and of course, a wonderful group of cricketers as well. Well, we speak about having the winning team, and of course NT Strike have gone through this week undefeated. They started with a win against the Shaheens. They've finished it here today with a comprehensive win. Michael Kudra, of course, was the captain today, but the captain of the squad is Matt Hammond, and he's going to speak on behalf of the Strike. A big round of applause for Matt Hammond. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I won't hold you too long, but yeah, obviously, thanks for Pakistan to coming up here and playing us. It's been unbelievable to have you here, and yeah, just like to say thank you for yeah, you and your support up here. So yeah. Yeah, to Gavin and his team, absolutely tremendous effort. Yeah, you've been amazing. We couldn't have done it without you guys. So yeah, again, thank you. Yeah, for everyone coming out supporting, it's been great. We don't get to play with this this crowd too often, so it's always great to see this many faces out at a local venue. So thanks guys for coming. Our coaching staff, you've been amazing. Loz, you've been amazing as well. Where's our physio? She's been yeah, working pretty hard. So yeah, that's about it, boys. Thanks for your time and thanks for giving up. Yeah, most of you Sundays, Wednesdays, and yeah, now this week it's been great. So thank you.
Don't go anywhere though, Matt, and we might actually get the team to come and join us, because it's now my pleasure to welcome Professor Hilary Winchester from Charles Darwin University, our wonderful partners at CDU, and of course naming rights partner also. We have the trophy that we'd like to present. We also have your team that would like you to come over and join you as well. Can we have a big round of applause, please, for the whole team at CDU, the wonderful partnership that we have. Matt, you're the skipper, so you may need to get the team over, because they haven't listened to me 3 times. Come over, lads. We do have this trophy to pass over. Thank you to you, Hilary. Great to have Professor Hilary Winchester from Charles Darwin University handing over the 2023 CDU Top End Series trophy to our winners, our champions, the NT Strike. Thank you very much to everyone for coming along and being a part of it here today. To all of the wonderful people who have come and supported all of the teams throughout the week, we say thank you very much. Please travel home safely and be part of this wonderful tournament. It is the CDU Top End Series. One more round of applause for our champions, NT Strike.